Hello. Let me turn down the audio a bit. Oh, wait, I turned down the wrong one. Whoops. I want to turn down my voice. I want to turn down the music. Okay, let me do a quick audio check and make sure I did it right. Did it work? Okay, sorry. That was weird.
Did it work?
Oh, thanks, Jordan. How are you this fine morning? It is freezing. I'm looking out my window and there's like 6 inches of snow outside. So for once, this background is actually accurate. This is pretty much what it looks like outside, except obviously I'm not in a forest. I'm in Salt Lake City. How's everyone's morning going? I slept very poorly last night, but that is redeemed by the fact I am wearing a new perfume as suggested by Zelly. We were just talking about it. It's interesting. It's interesting. Have I converted to perfume science? Maybe. Maybe. Let's see if we have a corgi. There's a corgi. Cool. Oh boy, I'm tired. Okay, we're playing Killer Frequency again today. So hi, welcome. If you are new to the channel, I should start saying this at the beginning in case people watch the VODs. If you are new to the channel, let's go cozy. The goodest boy. We'll go cozy for a second. I use biometric inputs like eye tracking and my heart rate, which you can see here. My heart rate's been high lately, and I think it's because I'm over caffeinating, because I'm exhausted all the time, because we decided to walk to Mordor as part of like a challenge, a fitness challenge, which in retrospect was a mistake. No, it's not a mistake. It's been 1 week. But anyway, so my heart rate's going to be off today. And I do something called the Think Aloud protocol, or a variation of it. So truly a Think Aloud protocol would involve a moderator to sit with me and ask me what I think the game is doing, or to ask me to think aloud and walk you through my thought process. I do not have a moderator with me. I am the moderator and the research participant all at once. So it's not a true Think Aloud, but you know what? We do our best. So I'm going to play through the game. Which the more and more I reflect on it, I really feel like I should have played this in VR, which I would not be able to stream. I do have a VR headset, but I would not be able to stream it because I don't have that kind of space in my house, to be perfectly honest. But I think this game really would be a lot better in VR. But without further ado, let's go. Let's play this game. My eye tracker's still pink. So actually, this is interesting. There's some interesting corgi dynamics going on. When I came down to start streaming, Jack was sitting in bed, in the corgi bed.
Leave that thing all the way up here.
Because the basement's creepy as hell, and I don't like standing.
Okay, hold on. Let me finish a story before we recap what happened last time. So Jack was in the corgi bed, and then right before stream, Atticus walked up and they kind of stared at each other. They had like a dog staring contest, and Jack got up and Atticus laid down. So you always see the corgi that has more of a black face. We have two. There's Jack. I call him the pumpkin head, like Jack the Pumpkin King. He has an orange face. And then Atticus has the darker fur. And Atticus is like predominantly black, whereas Jack has more orange on his fur. So Atticus is normally the corgi that sleeps during my streams, but Jack tried. He got shot down. Okay, so back to the game. Recap. What happened? I think we're close to the end of the game. Don't quote me on that. I've never played before, obviously. We had to... some caller who we think is Dawn. No, she identified herself as Dawn, but we think is actually Brenda, the receptionist, who just got broken up with, called in and said, play this song. And we're like, okay, cool, but we can't because actually Peggy, the producer, threw that record out the window because Brad wouldn't stop playing it. And Brad's like the food critic and like also super annoying, I guess, in office politics. So Dawn / Brenda / whomever called back and said, no, you need to get that record. You need to play the song. It'll help you figure out who the killer is, which was very cryptic and strange. But I went out into the alley. I saw the whistling man killer, who did not come for me. And we got the record. We had to go back through the basement where we found Clive's office. Clive is the station janitor and our primary suspect. And I think that's where we're at. So Clive had a like conspiracy theory board with red strings. I think that's what you'd call it. And we grabbed it and we decided to bring it back to the main studio office area with us. Yes. Am I forgetting anything? Probably. Okay, here we go.
Brown down there?
Fair. All right, let's run through this again. We have a creepy board you found.
I forgot I stole
in a creepy
Brad's
basement
trophy.
made by our creepy janitor, who you think is the creepy whistling man.
Yep.
And on the creepy board are the names Chuck Brody, Kim Walker, Rebecca
Interesting.
Allen, and Aunt Williams.
Correct.
And you think one of these people will be the whistling man's, Clive's, next target.
That's right. And we've
I
gotta
think
find 'em.
Clive is a red
You
herring.
said there are 4 locations listed there too? The hospital, the power station, the gas station, and the trailer park. Clive must think the target is at one of those locations. Forrest, you're gonna have to figure out if any of the potential targets are at one of these locations tonight. Hit the button if you need any help.
Okay, so these are all high school students from the looks of it, which is also very funny because... Wait, can I examine this? Oh, the lighting is terrible. I don't know if you have this issue as well, but for me, whenever I look through old yearbooks from like my parents, all the 18-year-old students look like they're 45. So this seems accurate. Those are not current high school students, lol. See, Jordan? Exactly what I was thinking, except they probably, I mean, that's class of 69, it says. So no, they are not current high school students. Although this is strange because we're in 1987. So they're 18. This is 18 years after their high school graduation. So they're all like 36. They're all like our age. But I mean, this is photos of them when they're in high school. Yeah, that's class of 69. It's ripped out of a page from a yearbook. My point being that I think yearbook pictures in 1969 look just like older. Like the 18-year-olds then look like they were 45. I don't know if it's the style, if it's the hair, it's whatever, but Clive or Whomst? Which of the kids? Oh, they have different clubs listed. So we have improv, car club, athletics club. And there's 4 of them. World Food Club sounds awesome. How do I get into that club? Okay. So Chuck Brody was an athlete. What does it say? Call for donations from Chuck Brody. Former Gallows High School football captain Chuck Brody suffered a career-ending injury as a victim of the festival disaster late last year. That Harvest Festival seems really dangerous because there are many people who have gotten sick or dead from there. To help him on his road to recovery, we are buying him some lottery tickets and hopefully he gets lucky and can get back on his feet. Pun not intended. Drop tickets in the bucket below. Okay. So, why would that make Chuck a victim. Here is probably Chuck. There's no name on here, but that looks like him, right? Compared to, there are only 2 male presenting people in our potential victims list, and that looks more like Chuck than it does Ant. With the haircut. I'm basing this off of haircut. You think maybe the hospital would be the next? All right, let's go through more. Let's go through more of the stuff. I can move stuff around. Oh, that's weak. Weak sauce. I can't pin stuff on top of other stuff. I'm not convinced Chuck is going to be the next victim. Okay. Well, here it has something. Trailer park is a potential location. Hold on. Do you remember last week when I did this and I complained at length about how this game is supposed to be in VR, you can't take notes, and they keep giving me puzzles without any kind of written instructions? I just found the written instructions. So we should have gone for Catherine. Catherine is here in Myers Lane. Old Man Jericho lived at the... Oh, man. Oh, man. That's terrible. That's terrible. I forgot to change scenes. I was so distraught. This is the answer to the puzzle I got wrong. Because I didn't realize that the... Wait, why can't I stick it back? There. The game gave me post-it notes with the person's name and where they live on it. So that's cool. So Alex was over here at Romero and Haddonfield. So Catherine would have been the clear answer, but I picked Old Man Jericho, which is very frustrating. Okay, let's focus. Justice for festival victims. Okay, so this ties into, what was the name? Clive? No. Chuck. Okay. 2-year investigation into festival accident has concluded. Investigators blame 2 engineers that were contracted in from the local power station. Lead engineer Andy Williams and junior engineer Sean Everett were distracted talking about horror movies while assembling the big wheel, which led to various construction mistakes. They have been ordered to do community service for... Wait a minute. Okay, the killer's Chuck. The killer's Chuck. That's the killer. That's not the next victim. That's the killer. Okay. What's the thing that you have to do? You need a means, a motive. There's always something else. Crap, what is it? Okay. Opportunity. There you go. Means, motive, and opportunity. Thank you, Jordan. You're really pulling weight. You're punching above your weight class in this stream. I don't mean that in an offensive way. You know what I'm trying to say. You're going above and beyond this stream. There we go. Okay. So, motive. We have a motive now. Chuck Brody, promising athlete. In his senior year of high school football, starting quarterback, captain, definitely going to make it to the big leagues, definitely going to make it out of this small town. He gets injured by essentially gross negligence on the part of this theme park, right, or this festival. Ruins his career. He's permanently injured. Has nothing left, stuck in the small town. He finds out who was the reason, right? Aunt Williams, who is this guy, who was in Cat Club, is the cause of it. He's going after Aunt Williams. Isn't he paralyzed, though, that would preclude him from being killer? Was he actually paralyzed? They just said career-ending injury, which, I mean, that could be like a torn ACL. That doesn't... Okay, let's keep reading. Let's keep reading. We would like to celebrate Kim Parker and Peter Stein, 30th May 1970. Best wishes to the couple. Congratulations. So Peter Stein and Kim Walker got married. That's Kim Walker. Peter Stein's not on our board. So the thing we know about her, she got married in 1970. So she was like 19 years old. All right, where's the divorce paper? No, that's mean. Okay. Crime syndicate impounded. Criminal operation shut down, 24 arrests. Inside informant walks free. Police have today finally put an end to the long-running car-thieving crime syndicate. This is a small town, so that's a big deal. This is from 1977. So this is like 8 years. Yeah. After... they graduated. The arrests were made after a member gave up information on their co-conspirators and investigators. The informant, who asked to remain anonymous and will hereafter be referred to RA, has walked free with no charges. RA. Rebecca Allen, who was in Car Club. Oh, interesting. Okay. So Rebecca Allen and Aunt Williams were both in Car Club together. Rebecca snitches. Wait, do we have... Let's... I'm just going to put the names above the articles to help us, like, visually just quickly go through. Okay, so Rebecca Allen. That's really silly in a small town to use RA as your anonymous initials. That is not anonymous at all, but go on. Okay. So Aunt Williams... got community service for this injury to, I want to call him Cody, Chuck Brody. Okay. Trailer for sale, cheap, $10,000. 1986, nice. Tyler Wallace is the real estate agent, not on our board. I'm sick of being a local celebrity. People are so mean to me. I only stole a few cars. Who cares? Buy a new one. I'm selling my trailer and leaving town ASAP. I just want to get out of here. Please buy it. Okay, so that was in March of 1986. We are in September 1987. So maybe this is Aunt Williams. What's the name? Aunt Williams? Yeah. So Aunt Williams has left town. Maybe. So maybe not. Maybe Aunt Williams is not our next murder, not suspect. Aunt Williams is also the guy who injured Chuck due to gross negligence. Yes, he is. But he maybe skipped town? Okay, do you care about health and safety? Good, then come on down to the yearly convention. Do you not care about health and safety? Bad. Sorry, I'm trying to read this. Lead engineer responsible for the Gallows Creek Festival disaster in 1972 is the special mystery guest. They say you learn from your mistakes. I turned mine into a career. Oh, okay. So Aunt Williams left town in 1986. He comes back into town as a reformed engineer to talk about health and safety. Or at least he'll be in town. Wait a minute. What does it say? Sunday, the 6th of September. Okay. So we're on the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. So first of all, it's weird to have a conference on a Sunday, but never mind. He could be in town. And then this athlete dude could strike. So he maybe not. Where is that at? That is at, here, this is our prime so far. I think this is our prime next person to be murdered. I don't know what that's called. And that is at yearly convention at the Quiet Ridge Health and Safety Convention. Where is this health and safety convention? Would that be at the hospital? Okay. I'm gonna move Chuck's stuff over here. All right, what's going on with this? What else was checked? Oh yeah, the donations. Call for donations. Okay, we're cleaning up the board a little bit. Okay, put ant over here. That was also ants. And then... Yes, this was also ants. This is where he got community service. Okay, flu for thought. Dr. K. Walker recommends all locals get their flu shot. Flu season is upon us. 1984 is no different to any other year. Make sure you're protected. Okay, so Kim Walker became a doctor, and she was an improv club. Okay. She also got married. Cool. So we'll put Kim Walker's stuff up there. I don't think it's Kim. I don't think she's at risk of anything. So we're just kind of putting stuff up there. Okay. Beep, beep, look out, tragedy. This headline. Oh, it's the 1st through 6th. Jordan. I should give you the keys. You should drive. You're on fire today. You're getting all the details. Okay. My tea got cold. 5 dead, 16 injured after brakes fail on the bus. Okay. Tragedy struck Gallows Creek yesterday afternoon after a bus failed to stop and crashed into a fuel tanker. This reminds me a lot, by the way, of Hunt a Killer. Like all the different newspapers going through them. It's fun. I like this. This is a good puzzle. The deceased have been identified as Mr. D. Rudd, Mr. M. Houghton, Mr. P. Stein, Miss K. Stein, and Mrs. J. Mildred. Those are not names that we... Hold on. Oh, it is, because she got married to Peter Stein. So she's dead. Yeah, Kim Stein. So she's dead. So she's just, we can completely discount her. That's mean to say. Oh, sad. Wait a minute. How does that make sense? Wait a minute. This doesn't make sense. So she... Hold on. So Kim Walker and Pete Stein get married in 1970. Then in 1977, Mr. Peter Stein and Miss K. Stein die in a bus tragedy. But then, flu for thought, local Dr. K. Walker recommends all locals get their flu shot ASAP. And that's in 1984. So she maybe got divorced from Peter Stein, and then he remarried someone who also had a first name with a K. Okay. So inconclusive. We're not sure yet. Rebecca Allen can go up here. We only know that she was an informant. Is your car safe? Sheriff Matthews warned citizens to look out for multiple car thefts. The crime wave of 1970 will be stopped. I can assure you. We must work together to bring down this criminal organization. Okay, so that's something to do with Rebecca and Ant, maybe? This Ant guy seems like a criminal. Gallows Creek Power Station hires 20 new staff in record hire, 12 of which were students from Gallows Creek High. Did it say he was working at the power station? I don't know. Okay, so I think probably power station is our best guess as to where the killer will strike, because that's the only clue we've gotten that's directly mentioned a location on the map. Okay. Let's see, what does this say? 24-hour gas station bought by local ex-lottery winner. Oh, interesting. Okay, this is really funny. So the first thing I see is a coupon that says Diary of a Car Thief, Police Informant, Tell All Book with her face on it. So there's Rebecca Allen's picture right there. Christine's Gas and Repair. Okay, so here's the gas station. Christine's Gas and Repair has been sold to a man who won the lottery 14 years ago. The new owner claims it will keep me busy on an evening. He has asked to remain anonymous. Okay, so we have, who's his name? Chuck Brody. Got a lottery ticket. The timeline adds up. 14 years prior to 1986. That would be 72. And when was the... Yeah, 72 is when the Festival Disaster happened. Oh, sorry, Automod gotcha. Which is really fun because I didn't think Automod could mod the mods. Apparently you can. Okay. So that's him. He won the lottery. And now he has a gas station. Okay, so if Chuck is our next victim, it would be at the gas station. So let's put that. We'll tuck that little nugget of wisdom there. Okay, local legend takes to Manhattan. Infamous author of tell-all book Diary of a Car Thief moves out of Gallows Creek for a life in the big city. She stole our cars and then she stole our time and money, said our reviewer Jim Randy last year. More on page 15. Okay, so interesting. Rebecca Allen is out. She's gone. She's moved on. She's moved to the big city. Is there a way to like cross her off? Can I use one of these? No, I cannot. Oh, I just went back there. Okay, so Rebecca Allen out. Yes, this is February 1987. So she's out. Kim Walker possibly also out. Something else that's interesting is this says Mrs. K. Stein when it should say Dr. K. Stein. So I'm going to guess that this is some sort of red herring. The game wants us to discount Kim Walker because we're supposed to think that she died because she married Peter Stein. But I think they got divorced. And then she's also an MD, so she's a doctor. Dr. Stein and then Dr. Walker. So she's still around, but I don't think... I mean, possibly at the hospital? Possibly? But she doesn't really seem to have had anything to do with anyone. I brought the special cookies that Zelly got. Hold on. We have a good boy point redemption. Hi, 3Aki. Zelly bought these Abby's Barkery. What a good pun. Blueberry scone biscuits. I have enough points for 100 good boy treats. I have a timer on them though, so that the dogs don't get a tummy ache. Zelly very kindly got us these organic pumpkin, organic ground peanuts, oat flour, and blueberry dog biscuits, which actually sound really good, and I'm tempted to eat them, but I will not. This is what they look like. They're very cute, and I brought them, or I had Andrew bring them down from upstairs so that I could have them on stream, because I felt really bad that Zelly was scones. I know. They smell delicious. Okay. Corgi mode. The corgis are very excited. They can tell that it's not the... Okay, well, Jack is very excited. Atticus is still just chilling, but Jack is very excited. So let's see if I can... Oh, yeah, he noticed now. There you go. Good boy. There you go, Jack. It's right here. Give Jack the other one. Oh, Atticus is drooling. Can you see the drool? That's so funny. Okay, while they're munching, I'm going to get a tissue because my nose is running because once again, I'm sick. Oh, Jack got me a toy too. How fun. I should put it. Jack brought me his. This toy's so gross. It was like a Dunkaroo from BarkBox, and he's torn a hole in it, so I should throw it away. But Jack brought me that. And now that's going to be my life. Jack will not let me stream until he gets sufficient fetch time. All right, hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I just had to blow my nose. Ugh, daycare germs. Terrible. Congrats on the new job. Is there like a celebration? I need to mess with my Stream Deck more and like, hold on. I need to like do a soundboard. So until
Ashley just redeemed signed stream.
So instead of doing just the DJ air horn, I had to do that. I had to redeem a science stream, but that's my celebration noise for you. 3A Geek. Congrats. VR chat's really cool. First ever UXR position ever. That's bananas. So fun story. During the height of the pandemic, when my university was completely remote, we used VR chat for a virtual Pride Parade. Which means I got to teach myself Unity. So I was lead engineer on the project. I never used Unity before ever. And more than one time I cried at my desk and Andrew had to help me because I had like an emotional breakdown. But we did it. We had cool guest speakers who filmed themselves with like really cool messages for the LGBTQIA plus community at the University of Utah, and we played those. I built like a giant movie theater projection screen. I built a town. I put in VFX with like confetti, and we got to march in a virtual Pride Parade and then just hang out on like park benches, and it was really, really cool. It was super fun. It's probably the world node, whatever it's called, is probably still up somewhere. We even built in, like, this is my first time doing any kind of audio engineering, and not in the sense of creating sounds, but in the sense of like figuring out how to place sound in the world. So we had a quiet zone, like I blocked off like using, and I went to the Unity store. We did no original assets, although we did hire and pay a student to animate, and we hired and paid a student to make 2D assets, and we hired and paid a student to, what's the other thing we did? Oh no, a coworker who was not specifically paid for this project did the VFX and like confetti and stuff like that, which was cool. But we had the little assets that we bought off the asset store like hang out along the side of the parade route, and we animated them to dance and cheer. And then we had this little low sensory area because it, especially if you're in VR in the game, it became really overwhelming. So I built in an area that was devoid of sound, also so you could have a conversation if you wanted to just meet. It was so cool. It was so super cool. We had toyed with a bunch of different ideas, but like one of the things that's really frustrating with Pride and the pandemic is like that's usually when people forget about HIV and like the fact that immune compromised people are not only in our community but are disproportionately in our community. And like, no, we're not gonna risk anyone's life for a celebration of life, right? And like something that we're not great at here, maybe it's changed, but I remember the pinnacle of Pride in Manchester was the HIV AIDS vigil to like remember the people who had passed. and that's not something that really happens in Utah. So that's something that I'm like, no, we're not going there, because that's not okay that we leave out a portion of the community. So it's super fun, super cool. And the really, really, really awesome thing, why I'm so excited that you're with VR Chat now, is because of the endless options for avatars. It was the perfect venue for us, because there's so many like furry avatars, and like also just I chose an avatar that was a Taco Bell employee. Like had a Taco Bell shirt. I don't remember if I was humanoid or whatever, but my favorite part of real life Pride is the furry floats and the furry the people who are brave enough in the middle of June to wear a fursuit. Incredible, right? So that contingent got to participate as their authentic selves in our virtual reality Pride Parade. So it was super, super, super cool. I really, really enjoyed it. If you ever need like a example, I don't know. Sometimes companies don't care, and sometimes companies do care. If you ever need like a PR why VR Chat matters, I'm happy to talk about our experience in it. The fact that it was like, I never even opened Unity before, and I got something working within like a couple months. And like, okay, to be fair, we ended up crashing their servers. I should go lecture mode for this. So we ended up crashing their servers because we had so many people try and log in all at once. But we had a backup, and we streamed it as well, so that if you had server issues, you could still watch what was happening and get the keynote speakers and all of that. Because we had LGBTQIA game devs talking about the importance of Pride on the big screen. So of course it's not as cool if you couldn't make it there, but that was the only complaint I had about the whole experience. But that's not on that, like, VR Chat was not designed to host a university Pride Parade where we have like 500 people show up. So that's on everyone. That's on us using something for a purpose that was not originally designed for. Yeah, the furries are awesome. It's going to be one of my main focuses. Yay, that's so cool. I'm definitely going to interview you about this. Yeah, for sure. I'm happy to talk about it. It was such a cool experience. Unfortunately, the leader of our LGBTQ center on campus is no longer in that role. Like, I'm not really sure what happened, where they went. I think they moved state. But they also were like super impressed. And I think somewhere on some hard drive, I have positive feedback that I saved for my own ROI documentation that I think I could share if I find it on a hard drive somewhere. My town's Pride Fest, there may be 3 people in fursuits in 100-degree Fahrenheit sun. I don't know how they did it. Seriously, Howard. It's... I never know either, but my favorite, every time I go to Pride, I haven't gone since baby, because now she's old enough, but when she was really little, it was just too much to get her out and to get her with all of her accoutrement into... It's just a lot. But in years past, I have walked with the gay game developers, and it's been super fun. And we're usually next to the furries. And my favorite part is getting pictures with furries, because their fursuits are amazing. Amazing. I'm such a huge fan. And the community is so wholesome. I ended up tagging, like, I got their... back when Twitter was a thing, I got their Twitter handles, and I posted the picture, and I was like, oh, it was so cool to meet these amazing people. Like, can't believe these suits are so impressive. And then they followed me, and they were super positive and supportive. I think they would pop into the stream occasionally, like, nicest people in the world. I have never seen a furry drink water at Pride. I'm not saying that they don't. I've just literally never seen someone take off their head and helmet. No. Is there a name for the head portion of a fursuit? I don't know. Anyway. Oh God, we were solving a murder. No, we're trying to prevent a murder. Even worse, we're trying to prevent a murder. Okay. We have 2 motives. I think Ant. After reading all the documentation, I may have switched. I think Ant might be the killer. Okay, here's the thing. Maybe. So I'm not even focused. We're not trying to find the killer. We're trying to find the next victim. But there are two contenders. Haven't quite made up my mind about Kim Walker. She's off to the side. I think she's still alive. I think her name is Dr. K. Walker. I think she got divorced. So I think she's still alive there. Rebecca Allen would be my first choice for a victim, but she left. In February, she moved to Manhattan. So she's not in town, so she can't be killed. Why do I think that she'd be the next victim? Because she ratted on Ant. So there was a crime syndicate, and she ratted out on the crime syndicate. VR chat deserves more attention, in my opinion. Yeah, no, VR chat did not derail everything. Derails me. So I think the biggest issue would be the size and shapes of most water bladders. Oh, to keep in the suit. Well, fortunately, these folks were on a float. So, which is good because they didn't have to walk, because I think you would pass out at some point. Also, fortunately, Pride is like in the morning. I think the parade starts at like, well, maybe it's more like 10 a.m. But in Utah, it's usually not 90 degrees at that time. So, yes, we should play VR chat at some point. Be fun. Except I never play it in VR. Anyway, okay, so I don't know where the trailer park comes in. Oh, the trailer park comes in because Ant was selling a trailer. Boy. Okay. This is the power station. We have to find a location too for the next murder. So far, I've associated Kim with the hospital. This is really rough. There's nothing in her materials that suggests that she's at the hospital. It's just because she's a doctor. These are the real tricky ones. So let's go through Chuck. Chuck was a football captain. He got injured in a Ferris wheel incident at a fair. Ant was responsible. He was the lead engineer on the Ferris wheel. So Chuck might have a motive to kill Ant because he ruined his football career. However, the community rallied behind Chuck. This is why I don't think Chuck's the murderer. They kind of rallied behind him. They gave him lottery tickets. He won the lottery, and then he bought a gas station. So Chuck is at the gas station. If I had... I thought it said cat club at first, but it does say car club. Okay. So if Ant is the killer, I would think he would have killed Rebecca Allen for snitching on him. Although it doesn't say... Rebecca Allen was a car thief, but she doesn't say that Ant was an accomplice. They were just both in car club together. Chuck is the gas station owner. Ant is at the convention center, but that's not a location. Rebecca got out. Karen is dead. Karen is not dead. Okay, first of all, her name is Kim Jordan. I take back your gold medal. Chuck is suspicious. He was part of an accident that could have been prevented, and he has tons of money. Yes. So Kim's not dead. Kim is not dead. In 1984, she's telling people to get their flu shots. She divorced. Peter Stein remarried, and a new Kay Stein died in the bus tragedy. She's still alive. But I don't have any more information. I don't have a motive. If we think about who's been killed so far...
debug_L just
It's a
redeemed
red
by
herring. Because there could be another Dr. K. Walker. Okay. All right. Zelly told me to drink water, so I will. It's Kevin or Katie. So we're trying to figure out the next victim and the victim's location. Also, Zelly, hi. I do have your Christmas present dog biscuits, and the dogs are huge fans. They also smell delicious, and I want to eat them, but alas, I will not. Karen plus Kim equals Kira, confirmed. Location and victim. The only time the power station's mentioned, so we're given 4 potential locations. Why are we given 4 potential locations? Because that's what's on. By the way, this board comes from Clive, who's the janitor, who's our primary suspect currently, but I do not think he's the murderer. I think he's just a harmless weirdo who is, well, probably not harmless. He probably has some weird stuff going on, but irrelevant to this case. The only time power station is mentioned is that in 1969, the power station hired 20 new staff, 12 of which were students from Gallows Creek, who, not him, he wouldn't have worked there. Like, I don't know why the power station came up. I think we just have to put off to the side. That's not. Wait a minute. The power station, no. It was the waste disposal station. That crumbled, right? I'm late and it seems we're deep into detective mode. Okay, we were deep into VR Chat Pride Festival mode shortly before you got here. So I'm still team serial killer daddy despite any conflicting evidence. Serial killer daddy being whose dad? Whose dad was it? You're not just making a sex thing. It's not just a sex comment. You're literally talking about someone's dad. Who was it though? Also, Zelly, in justice for the game's developers, remember how I went on a rant last time about the game not giving me any written documentation asking me to solve a puzzle? Well, it did. Just post-it notes appeared alongside the map here. So, Peggy said to ping her if we need help. So
How's
I'm
it
gonna ping
going?
her. I could use some help.
It's not going well. I could use some help.
Okay, let's review the basics. We need to work out who the next target is. There's 4 locations, right? And 4 people. We need to figure out if anyone is at any of the 4 locations tonight. And if they are, we can call them and warn them. There must be some connections between the notes.
That makes sense.
Great. Need any more help?
Okay. I think that's
I'm good now. Thanks, Peggy.
No problem.
That's okay. She explained better. So it's not trying to determine who's the next. She just said we have to figure out if someone's going to be at a location. So location here, trailer park. Nope. Ant sold his trailer, so he's not there. We can discount Ant. Rebecca Allen does not have a location associated with her. She moved. Okay, we can rule her out. So Chuck is at the gas station. He literally says, this will keep my nights. Sorry, clipping. He says, it will keep me busy on an evening. So, confirmed, Chuck is at the gas station. At least he was in 1986. Kim Walker could be at the hospital, or as Jordan said, this could be a red herring, and this could be a Karen Walker. So, I think we have to go with Chuck. Chuck in the gas station. My money is on the gas station. The Z fighting is killing me. What's Z fighting? I'm so confused. Now I'm scared. Okay, it's Chuck. All right, Peggy, we're ready.
How's it going?
I'm ready.
I'm ready, Peggy.
Are you sure? We've only got one shot at this.
I'm sure. Let's do this.
Okay, name first. Who do you think
I
the
mean,
target
we've
is?
killed so many people by now. The name, Chuck Brody.
Chuck Brody.
And where will I find them?
Z fighting is the name for the flickering from the clipping papers. Yes, okay. I don't know what I thought. I don't know what I thought you meant. Okay, he is at the gas station.
The gas station.
Okay, I'm dialing. One
So how
moment.
many townspeople are dead? Hi, head librarian. It's good to see you again. It's been a while. How have you been? I think 2. We've accidentally killed 2 people.
Hello? Chuck Brody! Listen, I know this sounds crazy, but we have reason to believe the Whistling Man is coming for you. You need to get yourself and everyone else out right now.
The Whistling Man? Who the hell are you? Who is this?
This is Forrest Nash. Listen, the Whistling Man's back. We
Did
found
he
a
say his
list
name
with
like a
your
radio
name on it,
DJ?
and-
Force
God. It's today. Steve, I finally let myself forget.
Run?
Quit talking and run!
I think he ran off.
Well, fingers crossed that Chuck... Jesus!
It sounds like something blew up.
He's using bombs now?
I...
Well,
Is
it's a gas
Chuck-
station, so
I
it
don't
feels
know.
like
Hang on, we're getting a call.
lots of things could go wrong there.
Hello?
Chuck?
Oh, I got an achievement.
Forrest!
He survived.
Whole goddamn gas station's gone up.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so. I got everyone to follow me out. The town's only ambulance was blown to hell, though.
Great.
Yeah. Damn it, that firebolt threw me. I've got to get to the hospital. I'm not feeling great. Forrest, man. I can't thank you enough, but... Yeah. I gotta go.
What
Wait,
phone
what?
is he using is still the
We
question.
lost him. What was that about today?
Oh, Forrest, the
Oh.
call board is lighting up. Get us into
That
some
sounds so
music
bad. I
while
killed
deal
4
with
of my first run. Hello. First run. It's good to see you too. Happy New Year. You have a new name. The Unrequited Library. I have a story about libraries. But I feel like we need to go to the scene. Okay, so I didn't realize this. Librarian, you have too many accounts, but they're all very cool. So my university library at the University of Utah has a special collections room, which I did not know. I was looking up some books for a new book that I'm writing. I'm in like super early stages, like lit review stages, and they're in the special collections, and I thought you could just stroll in. No, you need an appointment. You need white gloves. You need it's serious business. It's really cool. So it's on the top floor of the library, and I got to go in, and it's next to our printing press as well, which is also super cool. I didn't see it in use. I walked by. It's on the other side of the floor, but I had to look around because I'm curious. And I got to go and use a book cradle because the books were quite old that I was reading, and it was probably the coolest thing I have ever done as an academic. And anyone can do it. Students can do it. You could just sign up. I mean, obviously you need a reason to be there. But, and then, because I'm from the Midwest, I started chatting to the librarian there. And I was just like, you know what? I study games. I have a dream job. I love my job. I'm so lucky to have my job. However, I'm very envious of you, because this whole, all of this is just cool. You cannot tell me you do not handle books that are cursed. There are some really cool old books in the library. Okay, so I start shooting the breeze with the librarian, and she's like, you know what? I'm all about interdisciplinarity. Let me check through our collections and see if we have any old games. And we could do a curated collection, and you could bring your students in here, and they could look through and take documentation about old games. Particularly cool because our library has this special Pioneer Old West collection because Utah, right? So there could be games that pioneers played in like the 1800s that just no one has touched, just kind of like we're sitting in a box. So I don't, oh my gosh. We might get super lucky. No promise. She made no promises, but she was like, oh, it'd be really cool if we could do something like that. And I was like, could we also do like a collection of RPG books? Because there are some really rare ones that I would like to have for research purposes. And I think other people would too. But yeah. So anyway, librarians are super cool. I'm obsessed. I wish I were a librarian. Lecture time scene is getting so much use. You know what? I made it, so I'm going to use it. I've long said when I retire from making video games, I'd be a librarian. What? I have mighty need. Yes, right. Oh my goodness. I am. Yeah. I hope, fingers crossed, I hope everything works out because that'd be super cool. Ooh. Okay. I have no idea what Peggy said to me. This is not a stream about video games. If I were doing a think aloud, I would, you know what? No, I'm going to give myself credit. I did a great job thinking aloud about the process of elimination on the cork board over there. Okay. I don't know what she asked me though, so we're just going to roll with it. Sure.
Here's some music while we regroup here on KFAM 189.16, The Stream.
They hit play. They're introduce song. Okay.
There's gotta be more in the basement to show us who Clive is targeting. And if that's the case, we can get ahead of him.
Great.
Stop the killings before they can happen.
You go back down there,
Forrest,
Peggy.
we need to go back down.
By we, you mean me, right?
Yep. Like I said, I need to handle all these calls. Maybe start with that creepy mannequin room you mentioned before.
Cool.
I still have a lot of questions.
It's not
about
Clive,
those,
though.
by
He's
the
not
way.
the killer.
Me too.
Jordan, don't be scared. This is not going to be scary. You know why it's not going to be scary? Because I don't think there are animations in this game. It's totally her dad. Or it's Aunt. Do we know anyone's last name? Was it Aunt Williams? I think it was. I think it was Aunt Williams. What was her name? Do we have that? This is Jeannie. I don't think we know Jeannie's last name. Yeah, why would that be on a card from her mom? I don't know. I just spoiled this game for myself. I'm interested in how obvious or not obvious it is. The intern. Yeah, I feel like it's someone's dad, right? What was Brenda's name? No, okay. That's Lorium Ipsum. So that's Barb, who we think is going by the name Dawn when she calls in. But we're not sure. Okay. This is the janitor's supply closet. Ooh, what's this?
Locked. For now.
Do not disturb. Okay, the janitor has like a ton of rooms.
I'm not getting in there tonight.
Bim bam. Zap the Zorp away. Okay, that's pretty funny. Can I knock it over? No. Okay. It's always nice to know what physics will let me do and not do. Okay, this is the basement. There's no way it's Clive calling it right now. And look, Jordan, you can rest assured that this is just full of bim bam. I can't hide in the closet, so there's not going to be that mechanic. Wait, was it here? Was it here? Wait, that's locked. Okay. So it was in here. Ugh, the dead bugs. Ew. This juicy ass is really good. Still amazed that this entire game is entirely carried on voice acting. How cool is that? It is super cool. We were talking last week about how it reminds me of Zombies Run in that aspect. Right. This is the janitor's creepy mannequin office. This is the creepiest mannequin.
The key? Was this always here?
Wait, where's the
I
key?
must have missed it when I brought everything upstairs.
Where's the key? I think I just heard a door. The mannequin under the desk maybe jumped just out. Yeah, it's super creepy. That's the creepiest one. I don't see the key though. Oh. I don't see the key. Look at all the red arrows pointing at the key. Cool. Okay, so it's gonna take me to basement storage. That's fine. Can I open this up? Is there anything here? No. Okay, there were 12 people who were hired. Ew, there's a bug. There were 12 people hired at the power station, and there were 12 people in that poster board. So maybe those 12 people... Were there 12? I think there were. I think there were 4 rows of 3 people. So I think they all worked at the power station. It screams people didn't find the key during playtesting. You don't say with all the arrows. Also, I did not find the key during playtesting. Okay. We have to go to the storage. Is that here? Now, where would the storage be? Is this the storage? That's back to the radio. This is probably the storage. Okay.
Hey, Forrest!
Peggy, give me some warning before yelling down the intercom.
Sorry. Buzz the intercom when you find something and want to discuss it.
Where's the intercom? Where's my giant red arrows pointing to the intercom? Oh, you know what I just did? This is very funny. I should get an overlay with my my keyboard and mouse inputs on it. I just clicked my right mouse button trying to scan the room like in Lethal Company to try and see if there's anything lootable. That's pretty fun. I was gonna say, isn't everything pointing there, including the mannequins? All right. Okay, smart guy. This is the creepiest basement ever. To your left on the wall on the way in. Oh, it's the intercom. Wait, no. Those are light switches. Wait, this is the intercom.
What have you found, Forrest?
I think I need to keep looking.
All right, then. Buzz the intercom when you find something and want to discuss
Dang it. Okay.
Peggy, I've found a tape and a map down here.
A map of what?
Looks like it might be to somewhere in this storage area.
Wait,
Weird.
not that
Maybe the
map?
tape will give us more information.
Oh, this
Give it a
is a
play.
map? Nope. Okay. Hold on. I'll get the... Yeah. Try and push E. I don't know what that is. There's a battery? I'm looking for a battery? Okay. What is this? This is a cassette player, right? Good God. I'm not that young. I am old enough to have had many cassette players.
1968.
This is Clive's voice.
That's when this all began for me.
George Barrow.
Follow the maps. Find the tapes. I'll be waiting.
Wait. George Barrow? We all heard that he drowned after a night out drinking. Was it actually Clive? Has Clive really been the whistling man for that long?
He
I
says
know.
I need to follow
It's
the
a red
maps
herring.
and find
Absolutely
the
not.
tapes. I guess that's what this map is about.
I think we need to see what else is hidden down here. Be careful, Forrest. Keep looking. Buzz the intercom when you found something.
Okay, what was... Is that not No. Okay. Okay. So I'm... Wait. Oh. Here's another room. Okay, no joke. When I first moved to Salt Lake, I lived I rented a house who had a basement like this. Not even joking. Maybe this town is filled with intercoms. That's how everyone's calling in. Oh, that's a good point. That's canon now, Howard. Oh, Lethal Company question. Is it as good or better than Call of Duty? I'm thinking about getting it for my partner who loves shooters. Oh, it's not a shooter. It's not a shooter. Yeah. Chat is right. I need to Google these things before I lose my researcher card. No. 3Aki, play it with us. We'll totally play it with you. Okay, what's this? New notebook is also there.
Time of autopsy is 7 a.m.
Oh, here we go, Andrew.
Cause of death is asphyxiation from drowning. The degree of rigor mortis indicates the subject has been deceased for 5 hours. That puts the time of death.
What am I looking for? There's a notebook? No. Delivery note? What is this? Shipping note. Shipping from Starlight Security. Delivery and installation. Security alarm system model. St. Gabriel's Hospital. Deliver installed. Christine's gas and repair. Delivered and installed. Oh, these are all the locations of murders. Roller Ricky's roller rink. Delivered and installed. I think Roller Ricky died, right? We didn't save him. Woodside Apartments, delivered, not installed, unable to install, requiring new parts, due installation date. KFMA radio, client opted for manual installation, delivered but not installed. Okay, what does this say? Okay, so the janitor was installing it. Our state-of-the-art security system uses a 6-digit code system. Simply enter the code and keypad and feel total peace of mind. The system comes with a range of features. The default codes are listed below. Maintenance call code, alarm test deactivation code. Important. When entering codes and commands, sequential key depressions must be made within 4 to 5 seconds of one another. 4 to 5 seconds elapse without key depression, the entry will be aborted and must be repeated from the beginning. Be sure to observe this precaution when performing any of the procedures in this manual. If you make a mistake while entering the security code, stop, press star, and then start over. Okay, so we need to probably do a security code. Oh, hold on. I'm missing chat. Ah! It's great fun if you have a group to play with. It's excellent with groups. Modding it is even better. Yes, librarian. I particularly enjoy wearing all the hats. A misspent youth playing Team Fortress 2 has given me a deep appreciation for hats. So hat on hat on hat. It's my favorite part of the multiplayer mod. It is a chaotic mess in a fun way. Yes, you should totally play with us. You have to install the mod, though, to play with more than 4 people. There's some wild mods that make the game horrifying. We had a 10-player last night. It's absolute madness. That sounds super fun. Did you stream it, Head Librarian? I don't do horror well. It's not really a horror game, I wouldn't say. Zelly says, I think around 6 people is perfect. I think any more than that, any more than 6, Nick, it's super chaotic. Already at 6, it's really hard to keep track of like who's alive and who's dead. I can't do horror myself. I told friends if I played with them, I was going to be staying in the ship the whole time. That's what Jordan does. Jordan can tell you about playing when you hate horror. He plays the ship person role for us. We call it the truck princess, like passenger princess. We talked about this. Lecture time. No, I'm kidding. I won't push lecture scene again. Princess meaning someone who is catered to, not being a gender exclusionary or gender derogatory term. What's the ship person role? I freaking hate horror games, but I can monitor the computer and guide people using maps. So if you've played Phasmophobia, it's the same as like the truck person role there. And if everyone dies, I take off and keep our loot. That's true. So in this game, you're collecting scrap. The team is collecting scrap. If everyone dies, the ship autopilots and you lose everything. So having a truck person role is actually really important. My friend group got mods that add some quality of life changes to the game. Yeah, I mean, part of the charm of the game is that it's a little bit broken, but it's a one-person dev team, and that person's a furry. It all comes back to furries. We love furries. Sounds great. Yeah, you should totally play it. Absolutely. We played on stream before with just 4 of us. Okay, I need to get rid of stuff. And I think I can... Well, I haven't found the notebook yet. But I think I can drop... We found the cassette tape. But now... There's chairs and like a... Oop. I think I was not supposed to come here yet. Okay. We gotta find the security system as well. What was that noise? That was a spooky noise. Hearing about an autopsy report. Wait, there was a chair? Yeah, here we go. Perfect.
Small lacerations to arms, legs, and face.
There's a
Typically
notebook.
obtained by running through foliage. Severe blistering to the feet. As though the deceased had been running without stopping.
Okay, we found that. So we can put that down. What's this one? Oop. Oh, crap. Is that where we just were? Did I do this out of order? No. I don't think I did. Okay, what does this say? Gallows Creek, report. Sheriff Matthews, detailed report. At 4 a.m., a call was received from a jogger, a Miss Sandra Sharp, reporting that a body had been found washed up in the reservoir. I drove out to investigate and was able to identify that body at the scene as George Barrow. I contacted the coroner's office and then the boy's parents. They informed me that they had not seen him since 7 p.m. on the 2nd. Okay, so that was the 3rd. Okay. Whoa, furry made the game? Yeah, like 1%. And apparently the game's grossed over 60 million. My life's going to be surrounded by furries from now on, isn't it? Yep. Profit of only 5 million, though. Yeah, good on them. The person seems decent, too. All right, hold on. I have to blow my nose. Did it actually... Ugh, okay. So Clive is George Barrow? Or George... Did Clive fake his own death? I don't know what's happening. We have to find... What else is in this picture? There's boxes and stuff. But the boxes are to the right. So here? I keep pushing the button, trying to... There's so many boxes. Oh, here's... What? No, I already found that one. Up next on Hoarders, am I right? Okay, it's probably over here, I guess. This is creepy as hell. Oh. Wait, but I'm not finding what I should be finding.
Additionally, there appears to be a post-mortem injury to the arm. It looks like it was trapped in a car door.
Do you have to put items back the way you found them? I hope not. Because I've not been doing that. The hell is this? You know what? I'm not going to go off of the pictures. God, this is dark. Want to buy Gamma Plus. Wait, why is this creepy? Oh, is the security system? Crap. Probably have to go back and get the security keypad. I should have brought it with me. Is this is the thing. There we go.
It is the coroner's opinion opinion that the subject likely feared for his life and was chased.
This has to be important.
Resulting in a fall from a height into a body of water, where he hit his head, was knocked out, and drowned. Following that, he was moved.
Dr. Sullivan, we need to have a talk.
Dr. Sullivan.
That recording. Shut it off.
Do we know Dr. Sullivan? I don't think we do. Okay, so I grabbed that because I think I need to... I need to carry stuff with me. This is probably the last one. Humpty Dumpty, a story of love, tragedy, and betrayal, starring Macy Cartwright, George Barrow. Ooh, can we see George Barrow? Oh, is that him? What a cool dude. That's very hard to see.
If you're listening to this, then I'm probably dead.
See, Jordan? I told you there won't be any animation.
To stay informed. I've got subscriptions to newspapers all over the country.
I told you he's a harmless weirdo.
Weeks ago, I noticed headlines cropping up in those papers.
He also likes trucks.
Each headline about a murder. Each murder, the death of someone I knew almost 20 years ago. And each one drawing closer to Gallows Creek. Drawing closer to the anniversary. None of us are innocent. But I don't think we deserve killing. All I hope now is that I can save some folk from the worst. And I can. I don't know. Do something to make up for what I did back then, I guess. I didn't kill anyone, mind you. But that's past mattering. Now,
Is Clive
there's
Ant?
more I could say than I should say. But my employer made it clear that my family would pay a high price if I ever spoke out. So, hopefully I've said enough for you, listener, whoever the hell you are, to start putting the truth together.
So Clive is Ant
What the hell?
Williams.
Peggy is not going to believe this.
Maybe? Okay. So. You think we found them all? I think we found them all. Well, the narrator, Forrest, mentioned going back to Peggy, so... Also, I can't interact with that, so probably that's fine. Ooh, stand up. There we go. So interesting that there was a post-mortem injury that looked like... this is a maze. If this were Lethal Company and there was a coil head chasing me, I'd be dead. Absolutely dead. This way, right? Yes. And then... Wait, intercom.
What have you found, Forrest?
It's an autopsy tape. Doesn't say for who, but I think it must be for George.
Poor George. He was so young.
Something's bugging me, Peggy.
What do you mean?
I swear I recognize the voice of the woman talking on the tape. I just can't place it.
Seriously? Do you think
Oh, was
you've
that
met her
Dawn?
before?
I don't know. I mean, I just got here recently. I don't know. Found another tape. It talks more about how George died.
What did it say?
It sounds like he was running for his life. Sprinting through trees and bushes, getting cut up all over.
What would drive someone to do that?
I'm not sure yet. I found a tape that introduces a new detail to the story. Post-mortem injury. Apparently, his arm got caught in a car door.
A car door?
Yeah, after he died. How do you suppose they can tell?
How can they tell? I'm a radio producer, not a coroner.
In another tape, the coroner comes to the same
Andrew,
conclusion as I
can you
did.
enlighten us?
George was running from something.
Maybe an animal?
Maybe, but then there's this next bit, where the coroner thinks he was moved, post-death.
Moved the body? How weird.
At the end of the tape, someone burst in and demanded the doctor,
Nice.
Dr. Sullivan, to stop recording.
Dr. Sullivan. Wait,
Haha, got him.
Sullivan? She was her caller from earlier.
Well, then
Oh,
our
that's why
caller
it's
was involved
familiar.
in the conspiracy
She was our
around
first
this
almost
boy's death.
victim.
We need to call her back once we finish down here. It looks like she might know something about what's going on.
Throwing so much stuff away.
I found a written autopsy report.
What does it say?
According to that, it's just like you said at the start. George drowned after getting drunk. Said he liked to fight, too.
The drinking and drowning matches with what I heard, but
There's also a note scrawled onto the report. I'm sorry I made you do this, Virginia.
if it was on the autopsy report, then Virginia must be our coroner. Wait, the caller from earlier, when we had to call the takeout restaurants, wasn't her name Virginia?
I think I found Clive's last recording. I think Clive might be gone.
Gone?
I found a confession. Not for any killings, but for playing a part in covering up George's death. He left this behind in case he died. He hoped someone would find it.
Do you think the Whistling Man already got him?
Possibly. We've had a lot of callers tonight, but maybe not every victim made it to the phone, you know? We don't know how many there really are.
Christ, Forrest, that's dark.
I know, but
Not as
Clive
dark
said
as
he had read
Clive's
about
drinking
other
on the
murders
job.
in other towns, and that
Dang it.
the murders were
Well, I'll
all
catch up on
folks
chat
who
in a
knew
second.
about the incident, and the killings were getting closer to Gallows Creek. He said he wanted to do something good for me.
Clive's stuff is in the trash now.
Wasn't tracking people down to kill them.
It's the little
Tracking
things.
them down to save
Oh, not
them.
all of it. There's still more we can
Why
put in
didn't
here.
he just come out with all of this?
He said his employer threatened his family if he spoke out about any of it.
His employer? The one who orchestrated the cover-up? Oh, Clive. I'm sorry for thinking you'd killed all those people.
See, told you it wasn't Clive.
Do you think you found everything, Forrest?
Harmless
There's
weirdo.
got to be more down here. I need to find all the tapes.
You think so?
Ah,
How much did Clive hide down there?
I didn't find all the tapes.
Well, if there are more tapes, then there must be more maps to follow, right?
That seems to be the case.
All right then. Buzz the intercom when you find something and want to discuss it.
Okay, I have a feeling that I need to use the security system somehow, but I also need to catch up on chat. Okay. Do you have to put items back the way we found them in this game? Oh, right. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to miss. It's Team Logo, right. The Lethal Company logo, the first thing you see is the fursona. So, it's cute. But everything points to it originally be developed on Roblox before moving to Unity, and I love it for that. Okay, so the question was Peggy's question, I, of course, already knew the answer. That's not true. Was how can you tell if a bruise or if an injury was done post-mortem versus when the person was alive? So, Dr. Redog says, vital reaction. You don't really bruise well after death, although right around the time of death, you can still bruise/bleed. Science stream. Pew, 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 pew. My chat keeps disappearing because I'm casting to my TV. I will try to read out the chat as much as humanly possible through a key. For now, I need to figure out where that security system was. Wait, oh, there's still more to do here. Okay, so I can't leave. I need to find all the tapes. Crap. It's going to be really hard to know which ones I've already found, which ones I haven't.
Small lacerations to arms, legs, and the face, typically obtained by running through foliage.
Yeah, we've heard that one. So that's the idea that George Barrow was running prior to death. I wish I had a flashlight. I can't see anything. What's this? Oh, Polaroids. Nice. Oh, because he was using...
Additionally, there appears to be a post-mortem injury to the arm. It looks like it was trapped in a car door.
Don't ruin your think aloud on my part. Oh no, it's ruined already. These think alouds are always cursed. They're always ruined before they start. Well, we came over here. I feel like I explored this area really well. The only area that I'm not sure of is back around the corner where the security system info was, maybe? I hope I'm not making anyone nauseous with this.
Preliminary toxicology results show
Oh.
no signs of inebriation.
I don't remember the tox report.
A high amount of cortisol was found, indicating elevated levels of stress.
That's
in the
fiction,
immediate moments before death.
right, Andrew? Dr. Redog, fill us in. Can a toxicology report show elevated cortisol levels? Okay, we can't open that up. This is what we need, I think. Oh, there's a motherboard. Tox doesn't test for that. Haha, I knew it. I learned a thing from listening to you talk about work. I am a good partner.
What have you found, Forrest?
There's also a tape about a toxicology report. There were
Just
no
holding
signs of
paper
drinking
while shouting
or that
into-
he was on anything.
What? But everyone said he went swimming drunk and drowned. It was in the newspaper and everything.
I know. The written report says he was drunk, but
I don't understand. So the official report lied about how he died?
the report lied because
no.
someone wanted a closed case.
We've never heard of that
Because
happening
they
before.
didn't want anyone to look into his death.
Do you think you found everything?
I think so.
Forrest,
Sorry, I missed
what's
one
going
tape.
on
Okay.
here?
Someone wanted that boy's death to seem like an accident. And they hired Clive to make it look that way.
Come back upstairs when you're ready. We need to figure out our next step.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay.
Thanks.
That's nice that they didn't make me walk through the creepy place. Peggy's such a sweet summer child, right? Tox doesn't test for that. You can do it, but I don't know how stable cortisol is, let alone what it means. Yeah, the whole something that sends off the wee-oo fake science alarm is when someone says, we've noticed an elevated level of cortisol, therefore there was stress before death, because I'm not a toxicologist. I am not that kind of doctor, but I don't think cortisol is something that stays in the bloodstream for an extended period of time, right? Anyway, and I don't think that you can make those statements about what happened prior to death. Like, I would imagine that the act of dying is stressful. I think I don't know. I guess unless you die in your sleep, but that was clearly not what was happening there. It's not standard practice. Stuff, including hormones, start breaking down after death. So there's only so much utility. Yeah, and this body was found in water as well, right? They found the corpse in a lake. So water decomposes things, right? There are a bunch of injuries. Of course, there's stress. Yeah. Yeah. So I think the idea is that someone killed this George Barrow guy, put him in a car, accidentally closed the car door on dude's arm, and then dumped him in the lake, and then said that he was intoxicated and swimming and therefore drowned. I think that's what we're supposed to take away. Like, cortisol matters at that point, right? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break because I'm out of tea. I'm also using this adorable tea mug that I got from a market, like a virtual market last Valentine's Day, I think. So it's like a cauldron, but it has a heart that you drink out of. It's not very functional, but it is adorable. And it's like, it's got the little like handles that a cauldron would have. And it's kind of got a booty too, which is pretty fun. And it has little feets. So it's very cute. And it has moss growing on it. It's not real moss. It's clay moss. But this is a really nice mug. I don't remember who made it, unfortunately, but it's stamped at the bottom. CP. Anyway. Peggy's dad is my top suspect. I don't remember who Peggy's dad was. But let's take a quick break. I'm going to go get some more tea. Mugs continue to be the peak examples of form over functionality. I totally agree. Actually, I might switch out to my favorite mug, and then we'll talk about the UX of that mug when I come back. Let's put on some funky tunes. I will be back in like, I don't know, however long it takes tea to steep. Go stretch your legs. See you in a minute. Ugh. Hello. I'm back. So thank you for waiting. Sorry for stepping away. It's very important that I have tea, especially when my throat isn't the best. Oh, we have a good boy point redemption. Do we have a good boy? We have a good boy. It's Atticus again. So whenever I get up and go and do something in the kitchen, the dogs follow me. And then it's interesting to me. They have a power dynamic wherein Jack tried to sit in the stream seat, as it were, and then Atticus just stared at him. Before, when I was starting the stream, Atticus literally like walked up to him, was like, and just blinked a whole bunch, and then Jack got up and left. So, which is funny because Jack tends to be the more like alpha personality dog, but whatever that means. So these are, I'm going to feed them again. Usually I'll switch to a less calorific treat, but I think since Zelly's here, Zelly gifted me these. So nice of her. They are blueberry scone flavored dog treats. They smell delicious. I'm tempted to eat them, but I won't. This is what they look like. They're super cute too. Little dog bones. Jack. Hold on. Let me see if I can take a picture and put it in Discord. Jack is peeking out from under the green screen. Okay, I'm gonna put it in Discord. I'm gonna put it under pupper pics. It's very funny. Okay. There you go, Jack. Oh, hold on. Sorry, Atticus. I have to do the corgi scene. Crunch. Crunch, crunch, crunch. So cute. We love a good corgi. Okay, so mugs. Form versus functionality. So this is not a fair critique because this is my second favorite tea mug. Why do I like it? First of all, my friend Ellie made it for me for my birthday. She actually made me like a dozen of these because she wasn't sure which one I would like best, which is so sweet and so kind of her. She made them in a whole bunch of different patterns. I like this one because it's like a glossy black, and then the bowl part of it is like a brown. I don't know. You can really see like the intricacies of the clay, which I think is a really cool glaze. So there's that, and I have my tea, but I did not properly steep it. I'm drinking a caramel rooibos from Atticus Tea in Park City, Utah. And I brought a little dish to put my tea strainer in. The reason I like this is because it holds the perfect amount of tea to keep warm. Like you can cool it and sip it like a teacup. It's a good teacup. I was being so careful and not getting tea anywhere. I got tea on myself. It's okay. Now here's the UX error. Now it's a wine chalice, but I actually really like drinking tea because it's the perfect teacup, right? But if you don't hold it from the stem, you burn your hand, which is fair. Like this gets very hot. So because I'm easily distracted, I often grab the top part and then we have a bad time. Okay, let's get back to the game. Let's find out who the murderer is.
God, you're back, Forrest. I've been running out of stuff to pad our airtime with.
Peppy, you're working ready.
I have all sorts of
Forrest,
stuff.
I'm stressed. I mean, really. How are we supposed to keep a show going with all this happening?
How indeed. Wait, can I hit this guy? No. Okay. Nope.
Beats
I don't
me.
know.
But we gotta do it, and we're going to.
You're right. So,
I
what's
knocked
the
over
plan now?
Brad's
I
trophy.
think we should call Virginia back.
All right, I'll get her on the line. Okay, Forrest, shut the
Oh.
music off.
Hello again, Gallows Creek. This is Forrest Nash.
I forgot we have a laugh
We're
track
circling
too.
closer to the truth behind tonight's events. To this end, we're calling back one of our earlier callers, Virginia Sullivan.
Fretman Plunker here? Who's this? Is it you? Goose?
Plonker, it's Goose.
I'm just gonna pretend to be his friend Goose now.
Goose! Where are you? Get your ass here! The party has moved!
Oh, cool. Where's it moved to?
This old lady's house. She's pretty cool, though. Dude, she said we could raid her liquor cabinet if we stayed and protected her. Of course, we're not drinking anymore.
Best dialogue
We're
section.
staying sharp. in
Selection,
case that
yes.
whistling
I agree.
turd turns back up. The old lady might need our help.
Of course, man. Of course.
I realized you could
hey, could
move
you
around
put
the
me
room.
on with the old lady? You know, to check if it's cool for me to drop by.
Oh, there's that goose respect we love. I'll grab her now.
Hello? Is this...
Goose is kind of a himbo, huh?
Hey, Dr. Sullivan.
Who is this?
Hey, Virginia, it's Forrest. I'm glad you're still okay.
Oh, Forrest. Sorry, I'm still jumpy.
Oh, I probably have to make a dialogue selection. To the point.
Sorry to hear that, but listen, hey, we need to talk.
What about?
We're calling because we think you can help us understand why this is happening tonight.
Me? What would I know?
Does the name Clive mean anything to
Ooh,
you?
Clive? No,
we're getting to
I
the
don't know that
meat
name.
and potatoes.
What are you asking about this for?
You mentioned that name earlier when you called us the first time.
I don't know what I said then. I was petrified, Forrest.
Clive's the janitor at our station, and we know you spoke to him in the past.
Forrest, please. You don't know what you're doing. He'll come for me.
Who, Clive?
Virginia, it's okay. Clive won't be coming after you.
We think Clive's dead.
Dead? But isn't he? He's the whistling man, Forrest.
No, he's not. It's a red herring. Oop.
We thought so too, but
You don't understand. All those years ago, he...
It's okay, Virginia. He's gone. We found evidence to suggest he... Well,
This is the most fun
and
thing I've done.
we found your autopsy reports for George Barrow.
How?
Nice.
I saw him destroy them.
Pew, pew,
Well,
pew,
he didn't.
pew.
I don't know if he kept them or made copies or what, but we found them, and we know it's related to what's happening tonight.
Okay,
which is
can
why
I
we
hit the
called you.
fan and
Why
bounce
did
into
you
the basket?
write a false report?
All right.
Gotta figure this
One
out.
day, I came into work to find a boy on my slab. And as I finished the autopsy, this man Clive, he just burst in.
Pick it up again? Yeah, I can.
He
Nice.
started making demands to give over the reports, to falsify what I found. Of course I said no. But, well, when someone wants to make you do something, they can use the carrot or the stick. For me, he used both. You see, my sister is sick. She has a chronic condition that's never going away. It's expensive to treat, and it was getting to where I couldn't afford it. And Clive promised
That was
me
embarrassing.
his
No one clipped
employer
that.
would pay for my sister's treatment if I did what he said. And that if I ever spoke about this, he'd beat me to within an inch of my life. I
Clive
don't know
said that?
why he had me do it, but my sister needed me. You You have to understand. She needed me.
We understand.
Thank you, Virginia. That was brave.
Yeah, Virginia doesn't have to say anything to us, especially on air to radio. Get out of here.
This will help end it, Virginia. Thank you.
Stay safe, Virginia.
I don't know what the takeaway was for that.
So, Virginia's tied up in all of this.
Clive threatened her to keep quiet about George's death. But for who? Why cover up these details?
Okay, almost. We almost
We
got
could try Sandra.
What would Sandra know?
I don't know, but we have to start somewhere. Anyway, just be careful when you're talking to her. Don't push too hard. We don't want her to hang up.
I'll be careful.
All right, calling her now. Hopefully she's at
So
her
what would have
jazz
happened
studio.
if they died?
Aha!
I bet there's more dialogue options we don't get because of the people who died. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Why are you so
Sandra,
cheerful?
It's Forrest Nash of 189.16, The Scream. And you're live on air.
Oh, I always thought folks called into a radio show, not the other way around. How jazzy. What can I do for you?
It's 3 o'clock in the
well,
morning. Why is she this
We're
excited?
trying to understand what's behind the attacks tonight. We had a few questions.
Why, Forrest, of course. Heck, after the way you saved my life, I'd say yes to just about anything you asked.
That was weirdly proposition-y. That sounds nice.
Really? Well, that sounds nice. I might just call you back tomorrow then, too.
Oh, God.
Oh, you
Why'd I
got my
select
number.
that? Oh,
But
gross.
what about tonight? Is there anything you want to talk about right now?
Remember why we called, Forrest.
Of course. Do you know why the Whistling Man might have targeted you?
Ha! As far as I could tell, he was just a knife-wielding psycho with superhuman cardio. He'd have chased after anybody.
Right. Well,
An athlete.
we think he might be chasing specific people. People who know about the death of a boy named George.
Oh, I don't know anything about that. Sorry.
I think you do, Sandra.
Damn it, Sandra, don't play games.
I don't know anything.
Oh, wait. Did she say to be gentle?
Oh, look at the time. Jury's late. I have to go. I'll drive home now or just drive.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Sorry.
Well,
I might have gone a bit hard on her.
a bit?
All right, let's just
She's gonna tell us
move
anything
on.
anyway.
Well, folks, if anyone out there has any thoughts on what's going on
I think we're going through
tonight,
the
please
people who survived
call in.
list. It's not
That's
that
good
long.
timing. We've got a call waiting just this second.
Nice.
Welcome to 189.16, The Scream, with me, your host, Forrest Nash.
Hi, Forrest. I know this is really out of the blue with
Also, to be clear, we have zero information about Peggy's dad. I'm fixated on her making an offhand comment in Act 1 about this being about his being a deadbeat dad or something. I decided it was just foreshadowing. Right. Well, I mean, everyone in this town's connected, right? It would make sense.
everything happening tonight. But I wondered if you could send this special birthday message.
This
to
is
my
Pawnee's
uncle.
Pizza, isn't it?
You know what? I'd welcome a change of pace. I'd be glad to.
Thank you, Forrest. He's my Uncle Ronnie. His first name's Peter, but he
Peter
never
Ronnie.
liked his name.
Nice.
But since he always had salt and pepper hair, even as a kid, can you believe it? Folks always called him Pepper.
Thanks for the history lesson. Is there anything besides happy birthday you would like to say to Mr. Pepper? Oh my God, damn it!
Yes! Tell him he can get the best birthday deals and party packages here at Pawnee's Pizza. Starting at just...
You son of a bitch! Stop calling us!
Sorry, Forrest. Let's just move on. We've already got another caller on the
I kind of like Pawnee's Pizza, actually.
This is 189.16, The Scream. I'm Forrest Nash. You're on the air, caller. Caller.
Is it Pawnee's Pizza? Are they laughing or crying?
Ponty.
Ponty's Pizza always delivers but Whistling Man will be there!
It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Forrest? Forrest? Are you okay?
Forrest is the killer.
Forrest?
I hope the Whistling Man gets him with his own pizza slicer.
Jesus, Forrest?
Sorry.
Now I want
Sorry,
pizza, though.
That was too much.
It's okay. It's been a high-stress night. Don't worry about him anymore, okay? Not for tonight, anyway. I think he's spent for now. We've got another call, whenever you're ready.
Back from cooking day, missed the good boy treat. You did, but you didn't miss Pawnee's Pizza. Man, I remember the days before Call ID. Star
Folks,
69. Remember that?
Don't spend your money at Pawnee's Pizza. That's all I'm going to say about that.
I want pizza.
Moving along, I'd like to welcome another caller to 189.16 The Scream. With me, Forrest
So much
Ash,
exposition,
who
though.
may I say is calling?
Well, hello again, Forrest.
Don. I bet I know why you're calling. I'm sorry I didn't play your song. There's a lot going on. But please,
Oh, what was
never
her song?
mind that now. First, I'm calling because I need your help.
are you in danger?
I sure am.
Do you mean
Yes, he's after me now.
you?
Playing your song, though.
He must have heard me on the radio helping you.
Helping? You didn't exactly help.
Yeah.
Maybe I've been helping more than you know. I was
Okay.
out following a lead, trying to work out who would be next after Chuck.
And what happened?
And I started to feel like I was being followed. I came back to my apartment building, but this newfangled security system has me locked out.
Well, good, because we have the security info. I have it right in front of me, as a matter of fact. And I'm really glad, because if the game told me to go back, I'd be very upset. But I bet the game's going to do that anyway, and I'm going to have to walk into the basement and come back. Or walk out the door and walk back in the door. To convince the game that I did it. But okay. Let me check something real quick. Okay, good. I hit my mic cable and I thought maybe I muted myself, but okay.
Don't you have a key to get in?
Only for the apartment door. The front gate requires an entry code.
Yep, I got it.
The future is electronic, I guess.
That's fine. I got it right here.
I need that code to get inside.
Yep, I got
Which
it.
apartment block do you live in? Maybe one of our listeners lives there too.
It's the new Woodside apartment building between the town hall and the trailer park. But I doubt any of your listeners live there. I don't have many neighbors.
Sounds
Sounds-
like a prime piece of real estate.
Sound really carries at night. Shit.
Where is that? Where'd you say? There's a train station, so it must be close to that. There's another Mac Diner. What'd you say it was called? Woodside Apartments. Why'd the train sound so loud? Okay, so she's here. Okay.
Is that a neighbor's dog?
Yes, it is. Boy, I wish he'd muzzle that thing and... Oh. And now he's blasting David Scopo out of his window. This
Do we-
guy can't get any... He's coming down the street.
I have the code.
He's in here. Forrest, please. I need your help. I need the code for that security system, or I'm gonna die.
Why is this happening?
What's the name of the security system?
There's a sticker on the box. It says Starling Security 4000. There's a keypad, and it looks like it wants a 6-digit number.
Starling 4000. User manual. These codes should come in handy.
Oh god, what's happening? Why? Just turn around. How'd this happen? Okay.
Starling Security 4000.
Come on, just let me give her the code.
Very newly installed.
Oh, God.
Code before the whistling man gets me.
Yeah, of course. Don't worry, Don.
Thank you, Forrest. I knew I could count on you.
Gross.
I'll sit out of sight. Call me back soon.
I have it. I have it. I have it right here.
All right, folks. Here's a little tune for you all to enjoy while I try to break Dawn into her apartment. You were pretty quiet there, Peggy.
Forrest, was it just me, or was there something...
Yeah, it wasn't just you. Something was...
Oh, I didn't even clock that.
Yeah. Well, tell you what.
Is she
we
the
have
whistling
Starling
man?
4000 or whatever here at KFAM. Clive bought one for the station. Maybe we can find something to help.
Oh, I'm not going to help her.
I'm not sure who, but to help someone.
Oh, no. Wait a minute.
Okay, so she's locked out of the Woodside Apartments, and somewhere, Clive probably has the papers for the Starling 4000.
Hold on. I might be having a big brain moment. Okay, so what was weird about that phone call? A few things. One, she said the whistling man was there, but we did not hear whistling. There was a dog barking, and she said it was her neighbor's dog. But if she... I mean, some dogs are just barky, sure. But surely her neighbor's dog would know her and wouldn't think it's weird that she's coming home. We heard a train, and she is nowhere near the train station. Like, her apartment supposedly is here. The train station's over there. And she's like, oh, yeah, the noise carries. Ugh. Right? Yes, you're being asked to help the murderer break in. So, no, I'm not doing that. This security code system... There was a list. I am actually going to go back down because there was a list of places that had that security system installed. Just need to figure out. Do any buildings near the train station use a security system? Yes. Let's go find that out, including our building. Actually, I don't know if our building's near the train station, but beep, 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 boop, beep. We had that security system delivered, but we did not install it. Clive was gonna install it or something and then didn't. So where did I find that information? Nope. No. No? Yes. It's back over here? It's back over here. Okay. Wait, maybe not. Crap. Wait. Shoot. Okay. I hope I didn't take it and put it somewhere else. Oop. So it was... Give her the emergency alarm test. One of the codes tests the alarm system. Ah, that's clever. That's clever. That's clever. That's super good. Yeah, Jordan, I return your pulling above your weight medal.
Order
Punching above your
form.
weight medal. I don't. What is that
Starling
term?
must have left this by accident.
Okay.
The system's not even installed at Woodside.
Did you hear that? So the Starling security system is not installed at Woodside. So our theory... Good God. Our theory is proving true. I just need to get out of here. This is not the puzzle. Okay, here we go. Phew. That was way more difficult than it needed to be. Okay, going back over here. In my defense, I could not carry... stuck. Multiple things. So, I had to leave this behind. Okay, so the hospital... I'm trying to read while I walk. It was installed at the hospital. It was installed at the gas station, right? This is what tipped me off as it being a thing. At the roller shrink, and then it was not installed at the Woodside Apartments, and it was not installed here. Client opted for manual installation. Okay, so what is near the railroad tracks? But there was also a dog barking. Oh, Roller Ricky's. Absolutely, it's Roller Ricky's, because the hospital, well, actually, they're right next to each other. The hospital and Roller Ricky's are right next to each other. We already heard from Roller Ricky, but I do not remember what happened. The Jazz Studio is also pretty close, but the Jazz Studio's not on here. She lies. She absolutely lies. Okay, so let's talk to Peggy.
Welcome back, Forrest. Find anything?
The Starling 4000 security manual. It's got a bunch of codes.
Good. And did you find anything else?
I saw a list of everyone else who bought the Starling 4000. Know who was on there?
Oh my god. Roller Ricky! Do you think we should give him a call? Is that crazy? I don't know what you'd say,
But also, the doctor might be at the hospital.
That might be a good idea.
Okay, one moment. I got the number here. Patching you through.
Shit.
He probably can't hear it over the music. Forrest, I don't know about this. This is super
Roller
weird.
Ricky wanted...
Just put me through to Don. I'll take care of this one way or another.
Okay, if you say
Roller
so.
Ricky wanted one last boogie with his
When
dog.
you're ready,
That's
shut
what
the
it was.
music off.
That's really funny. Last time he called in and was like, hey, I found sobriety. I found roller skating. I'm just going to groove with my dog. Play the song for me. And we were like,
Time
you
to
got
turn
it,
the
bud.
music off.
Like, good job. Good job on your sobriety. Like, he's a
Line
very
one,
sympathetic
whenever you're ready.
character, which is... No, we gotta save Roller Ricky.
Don, are you there? This is Forrest Nash from 189.16, The Scream.
Oh, thank God you're back. I'm so afraid. What's the code to the gate?
Okay. Jordan's right. You can give the alarm test activation code. That's perfect because that would give Roller Ricky time to escape, right? Okay. Give alarm test activation code. We're doing it.
The code is 191519.
Thank you, Forrest. Son of a bitch. Ah!
Is she?
Oh, we have evidence now. Is that gunshot?
Yeah, stay out! Nobody disrespects the sanctity of the ring!
You are so
Don't ever
smart,
come
Jordan.
back here again!
We did
I'm
it!
calling the cops!
We saved Roller Ricky.
Thank God.
Hello? Is someone there?
Ricky, get back inside and turn on the radio. Whoever that was, she was trying to break into the ring.
She? Forrest, man, you got no idea. That was him! That was the Whistling Man! The alarm gave me just enough time to get my rifle. I don't like hurting folk, but I can't let anything happen to Maxie. He's
That's
my
the
best
dog.
friend, you know?
I...
Listen, man, I'm heading back inside. Gonna barricade that window. My man, thank you. You and Peggy can skate for free whenever you want, forever. That's a done deal.
Thanks, Ricky. Can't wait.
You got it. Talk to you soon.
I think it was Jazz Lady.
Okay.
I think it was
Gallows
Susan.
Creek. Here's some music while we process what just happened.
You think she's coming to the radio station? Oh yeah, I made an enemy for sure. Let's play her song.
So, the Whistling Man is a woman?
It's the Jazz Lady. Here's why I think it's Jazz Lady, because we called her and she was like, oh, I'm gonna go for a run at 3:00 in the morning. Her jazz studio is right next to the train station, which is right next to Roller Ricky's. Or hold on, maybe it's Kim Walker, because she's at the hospital, which is next to Roller Ricky's, and she faked her own death I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, we gotta let that cook. It's on the stove.
I had my suspicions.
Yeah, sure, Forrest. You just never mentioned it. She called up. You spoke to her multiple times.
Yeah,
Thought she was just
I did.
regular Gallows Creek
I
strange.
did think she was just regular
Really,
Gallows Creek
Forrest?
strange.
Why do you think she requested that song?
This is the song she requested.
To get me outside?
Maybe, but how? She didn't know the song was outside to start with.
That's right. She never actually attacked me out there.
So? What now?
I guess I should make an announcement. We do have new info.
Okay, kill the music and you can make the announcement.
That's interesting. Why did she want me outside? To see if I would do it? Also, what about voice
Okay,
changing?
Forrest, shut the music off.
That's
Okay, you're
true,
live in
but
3,
the whistle man never
2.
spoke.
Hey folks, this is Forrest
People
Nash
just
here. I hope you're all
assumed
safely locked inside. For
the
those of you
whistle man's a
listening to
dude.
that last call, you might be wondering what to make of it all. Here's our take. We now believe the killer is actually a woman. One who might manipulate you into letting her in before she attacks you.
Mm-hmm. I don't know which is the right option. We're neighbors, look out for each other and stay safe, or I'm sad to say it's time to trust no one. Because the neighbors thing worked out for the frat, right? They kept, what's her name, safe.
We're neighbors. Look out for each other.
I'll pick the
Stay
nicer
safe.
one.
The killer was calling themselves Dawn.
The killer?
This could be a fake name. If anyone needs help or you have info,
We're
on
making
the
some
killer,
assumptions here,
please
Forrest.
call in. You folks have my new number, right? It's 911. Hopefully, our next caller can help shed some light on our killer.
Forrest, we have evidence that she was trying to break it.
Hey, we had a call come in.
We don't
Okay,
have evidence
folks,
that she's trying to
time
kill
to take
anyone.
a call. This is Forrest Nash, and you're listening.
Please help me. My name is Casey Moore. I'm at 25 Nancy Drive. My best friend's been stabbed. He's bleeding everywhere.
Nancy
I don't know what to do.
Drive.
Please help me.
25 Nancy Drive. Okay, so somewhere down here, which is close to the roller rink. Okay.
Is he still breathing?
Yeah, but he's bleeding out fast. I really need help. Please.
Take a breath.
We'd been out at the reservoir. We were heading back to his place.
Reservoir.
We heard this whistling all of a sudden. He just started freaking out. He screamed at me, told
Where's
me
the
to
reservoir?
hide. I'd never seen him like that, and I just panicked and ran and hid in a
Oh,
bush.
down here.
Oh no. Forrest.
Then what happened?
He went up the road and talked to someone. I couldn't really hear or see anything. It sounded like he might have known the person, and they just stabbed
What was
him.
her friend's name?
Casey, was he talking to a woman?
I don't know. They had a mask and wore all black. That's all I know. Please, we need help here.
I'll get you help, but I need to know. Where did the masked person go?
They left. They left him to bleed out. I waited until they were gone, then dragged him into the garage and called 911.
Wait, why didn't she make sure he was dead?
I don't know. I think I heard them say something like, "It's not so funny now, is it?"
Oh, what was her friend's
Before
name?
They left, but please, he needs to get to the hospital. I can't drive, so we need
Is there
an
Casey here?
ambulance.
Forrest.
No.
The ambulance was destroyed in the explosion at the gas station. You should get all the info you can.
What's your friend's name, Casey?
It's Jason.
Jason Parker. Okay.
Can you tell us where Jason was stabbed?
They stabbed him in the stomach.
Well, they're not there.
And then stabbed him again in his leg when he was on the ground, and it's... Oh, the knife is still there in his leg!
We'll be right back.
pretty gruesome.
Peggy, patch us through to the hospital.
On it. Phoning St. Gabriel's now. Switch to line 2.
Hello, St. Gabriel's Hospital. How can I help you?
Hi, this is Forrest Nash from 189.16. We have a stab victim at 25 Nancy Drive named Jason Parker.
Couldn't resist.
He's been stabbed in the stomach and the leg. He's bleeding heavily.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. But the ambulance is, well, you know.
I know, but please, we need something or he's going to die.
Forrest, listen, you're going to have to get him here. We need to see him, and we can't get there ourselves right now.
We don't have any way to drive him right now. And even if we did, he's bleeding out fast.
All right, listen.
Okay, my stall messing
We
and
need to buy him
soundboard.
time to get here. That means stopping the blood first, and then finding someone to stabilize him. To stabilize him, you really need someone with first aid training. Do either of you have any?
No.
Me neither.
Damn it. I'm really sorry about this, but I have other patients who can't wait. All I can do is talk you through the procedure as quick as I can, and then leave the rest to you.
Okay, this is not us though.
Handle
You need to call the person. Call Casey. Call Casey and Jason. Don't call us.
Hit me. I'm sure we can handle it.
Okay, from the top.
I know you played the sound effects during this call. Oopsies, guess he'll die.
Stem the bleeding. Lay him down. Apply continuous pressure directly to the affected areas. When the bleeding slows, get a
This is
clean
not
cloth
medical
of some
advice.
kind and hold it over the wounds.
Get them comfortable. Apply pressure. Clean cloths when slowed. Got it.
I like how Peggy's taking notes and I'm
You said
here
he was
playing
stabbed,
basketball.
right? If the object he was stabbed with is still in him,
Don't move it.
don't take it out. It's stopping the worst of the bleeding right now.
Yep.
If anything, you should secure it so it stays where it is.
I wouldn't have thought of that. It makes sense, though. God, that was a lot of info. But I think we can handle this.
Glad you got it so far, because there's more to go.
Oh God.
I'm still with you, Doc. What else do we need to know?
If he's lost a lot of blood, he may enter shock. If he does, act fast. If you applied a cloth and it's bleeding through, don't remove it. Just apply another on top of it. If
I
it's
think
safe,
I knew all
elevate
this.
his legs to get blood circulating to his vital organs. Try to keep him warm. Get him to rest and reassure him. We need the patient to stay calm.
All right. Don't replace bandages. Elevate his legs. Keep him warm and calm. This is a lot.
I'm really sorry. That's as much as I can give
Thanks,
you right
nurse.
now.
That's really
Try to
bad.
stop the bleeding. Find someone to get him stabilized and get him here as quick as you can. Good luck.
All right, Forrest. Casey's still on line 1.
Hello? Hello? Forrest, are you there?
How's
I'm
Jason?
here. How is Jason doing?
Badly. He's still bleeding. I need help. I've been putting pressure on his stomach wound since you left, but he's still bleeding. I don't know what to do.
That's good, Casey. The nurse said to do that.
Okay,
What
we
about
got
the
this.
knife in his leg?
Leave it.
It's gotta be hell. Should I pull it out?
No.
No, don't touch the knife. The bleeding will get worse if you pull it out.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop making suggestions.
No, don't worry, Casey. We're a team here. We're all going to get Jason through this. Casey, is
Damn.
his leg wound bleeding right now?
I hate looking at that knife. Yeah.
Okay,
It's
elevate his
bleeding.
legs.
His stomach is worse,
Wow,
though.
maybe don't do that.
I think we need to secure the knife so it doesn't move around. Do you have anything you can tie around it?
Yeah. There's some laundry piled up on top of the dryer, some cloths on the hood of the car, and what else? I guess I've got my jacket.
Use the laundry. Because it's clean.
Look in the laundry for something like a towel or a shirt. Hold that over the wound.
Okay. Looks like I'm gonna have to buy you some new whites, Jason. Here we go. I'm sorry, Jason. It's secure. I'm putting pressure on his stomach again. Oh, I'm starting to think we might make it.
Forrest, can I have a word?
Casey, I'm going to have a quick word with Peggy. Keep putting that pressure
I
on.
don't
and
think
let
that's
us
a
know when the
good
bleeding
idea.
is under control. You're doing great.
But what if something happens?
We'll still be here. Just shout if you need anything, and we'll be there. I promise.
Okay. Oh,
Good
wait.
God, Peggy.
Jason, please be okay.
Oh.
What's up, Peggy?
We can't stay on the line with her all night. Dawn is still out there. What if other people need us?
You're right.
Yeah, so take up more time with this call.
She's probably on her way to her next target right now.
Exactly.
Well, she also
And you
did.
heard the nurse. We need someone there with training who can stabilize him. He's got to get to the hospital somehow.
Any suggestions, Peggy?
I might. A little before you started working here, KFAM did a mandatory first aid training course. Me and Karen missed it because we were away on a producer
Hey, thanks so
getaway.
much, the Jenna.
didn't you?
Thanks for the raid. Welcome
mind.
in.
So, how does
I'm going to
Kate-
stop this because that's a lot of dialogue. Thank you so much for joining us. If you haven't met me before, hi, my name's Professor Ashley. I am a real professor at the University of Utah where I teach people how to make video games. And this is my channel where I use biometric and think aloud methods and protocol to analyze games.
Circle I just followed. Thanks for joining
I
us.
just redid my alerts, so this is going to be super fun. Played Killer Frequency last year, so fun. Yeah, I'm a little slow.
Jimplicity just followed. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for all the follows. I'm really, really happy with my choice of alert notifications right now.
Sexalia Girolo just followed. Thanks
Welcome
for joining
in.
us.
That is my puppy. Would you like to do a corgi close-up? There is the actually, you know what? It's a little bit, there he is. You can kind of see his face. He, the camera's a little bit off because my other corgi hit the camera. My other corgi is in full sploot and his little back legs hit the camera, but thank you. Do I work on accessibility stuff in games? That's a great question. I do in terms of education. So when I am user testing games with students and student games, that is something that I bring up, but I
Dan's
don't do
first
it on
aid course
AAA
helped
games.
us.
There are other folks,
said there are
like
25
people in the
Nancy
chat right
Drive,
now,
right?
who do that.
Yeah? Why?
They put up a bunch of cheap houses around there about 10 years ago. So a bunch of people here at the station live around there.
Do you think any of them could
Interesting.
help Casey and Jason?
Probably, but I don't know who lives there. And since I missed the
We
training
are
day,
probably
I don't know who
at
knows first
the
aid.
Could you call them and ask?
end-ish of this
I
game,
don't know
I think.
everybody's numbers. I've only ever called Karen.
We've saved like
Everybody's personnel info is probably
3
in
people,
Reggie's
which is good.
office.
Got it. I'll look at the files in Reggie's
fair. I'm
office.
working on a game
It's
at the
life or
moment
death
that's about
situation. I'm
disability
sure
and
they
trying to
can-
make sure it's accessible because it'd be bad to make a game about disability that wasn't played by disabled people. You probably know disabled gamers and who else in the chat does accessibility? Well, 3Aki, I was thinking about you, but 3Aki has a background in that and could probably also put you in touch with a bunch of different, there's GA, right? The International Game Developers Association, Games Accessibility Special Interest Group. They have a lot of really great documentation. They have a few like courses that you can take and documentation on how to make games accessible. They're a really good place to start looking. And yes, 3Aki, I got so excited that I forgot about myself. Yes, there's 3Aki as well. And I think there's some other folks in the Discord and around that specialize in that area. So you should totally network if you want. I think you can join the Discord. Ha ha ha. Let's see if my setup still works. If I type, there you go. I'm sure there's people willing to help you there. And it works. Yay. That was an accessibility comment from 3Aki not too long ago that was like, hey, can I join your Discord? And I didn't have any of the bots up. So now I do. Look at that.
But there are a couple of problems
What was
with
the
that.
Jenna streaming today? Oh boy. What did Peggy just say to me? I'm going to say sigh.
It's sensitive information.
Ooh,
So
Alan
Reggie
Wake.
probably locked it in his safe.
Great.
I've heard nothing but
Do you have
great
any
things about
idea
Alan
what the
Wake. I have
combo
not
for
yet
the
played
safe
it.
could be?
Not a clue. Reggie's a serial note taker, though. Maybe
Alan
something
Wake's
in his
American
office
Nightmare,
will
the
give it a hint.
spin-off?
Right.
I
There is something else.
don't know that.
I'm not gonna like this, am
So-
Have you ever heard the future is floppy?
I? Peggy, what the hell are you talking about?
Oh no.
I'm talking about floppy disks.
Do you
Floppy
normally
disks
stream
are like these futuristic things
horror
that
games,
have information on
Jenna?
them. You put them in a computer.
Because Alan
and
Wake
they
is a
do
horror
something.
game, right?
Peggy, I know what a floppy disk is.
Anyway, Reggie decided that
I play
the
a lot of
future
indie
is
games,
floppy
so don't be mad at me.
and started phasing out our physical records and replacing them with these floppy disks.
Peggy's giving me
I
a
imagine
lot
it's
of
the
lore
same
right
for our
now
personnel files.
when I'm trying
good to know.
to save someone who's
Since
literally
we haven't
bleeding
heard
out.
anything from Casey, I'm guessing Jason's okay for now. I'll check out Reggie's office.
Okay.
And see what I can find.
You'll need a key for that. I'll just
Thank
slide
you for
down
the
my-
follow.
Thanks, Peggy.
P64 just followed.
I'll just have to
Thanks
look
for
around.
joining us.
Okay, so we're having to go through a Rolodex, except we
Good.
have
I'll
floppy
patch
disks.
my mic down to the office, so you'll hear me over the intercom.
Oh, this is a stretch. Okay, so we have to get floppy disks to find out the phone numbers and addresses of people who work at the station, who might live nearby, who are able to help this person who's bleeding out, which is strange to pick a radio production person to help someone bleeding out and not a nurse or a doctor, but hey ho. You know what? We're suspending disbelief. A lot of horror and some cozy games. Oh, that's awesome. I am a huge fan of cozy games. We've been having this discussion. Is it a horror game? We've been having the discussion if whether or not Lethal Company is a horror game, which is something that we've been playing a lot of off stream that I quite enjoy. Wait, where's Reggie's office? I think I walked by it at some point. Is it down here? Why do I assume it's down here? I think it was down here in the hallway. I'm just assuming everything is down here in the hallway. It doesn't feel like a horror game. I think the conceit is that we only call people we have on file. Ah, yes. Thank you for following.
Just followed.
Oh, it's so
Thanks
nice
for
to have so many
joining
fresh
us.
faces here. What's a floppy disk? Stop, Howard. You stop it. That's not the right office that I'm trying to go to. There we go. There's the boss's office. I was right. It was down here. This is interesting. So the game told us we're at 3 a.m. and that is how the timestamps are how we mark our progression in the game. And I like that we have a clock with a second hand that's ticking, but it's obviously not going to go past 3 a.m. It's pretty funny. Cool. We have the cool I want to believe poster. We have the intercom. I think we're supposed to page Peggy. That's a tongue twister.
Hey, Peggy, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Did you find what we need?
Howard's
I
trolling
can't
me.
figure out.
There's
how
no
to get
world in
into
which
this
Howard
stupid
doesn't know what a
safe.
floppy disk is.
No worries. We still have a little time. Reggie writes almost everything down somewhere.
There are a lot of notes.
I'll have a look around. You're probably right. I'll let you know when I find something, or don't.
Oh, Reggie knows first aid. Has successfully completed the standard course in first aid to the injured, issued by St. Gabriel's Hospital. I should also do that. One of the goals I had when I became a mom was to learn first aid, and then I just haven't done that. You know, you would be surprised that it's actually pretty hard to find first aid certification classes. I mean, that aren't full. Like, it's easy to find them, but...
Looks like I need a 4-digit code.
Oh. Very important hint, very important date. Okay. Well, is the very important date the date you got certified for first aid? Probably not. Because that is going to be 5 digits. 13887. Thanks, Jenna. Thanks so much for the raid. Have a good rest of your weekend. You mean IRL save icons? Howard, you're so funny. It'd be cool if first aid was taught in schools, right? Same. I want to get recertified in CPR and couldn't find any in-person training near me. Welcome, by the way, Lee Boo Woo. Woo. You got me to say woo, so good job. Clive, if you're reading this, stop stealing my post-it notes. Interesting. Ask Jeannie where those tapes are. They're weeks overdue. This looks like my desk. Chalupa Cabras. Soda, nachos, chalupa. Oh, man, it's lunchtime, and I really wish I had all of that food. Let's see what else is on here. Axe Forever. Need to write a pitch document, good title, bring back original protagonist and villain. Wait, is Reggie... Oh, Reggie's a lot of fun. Desk toys. Is Reggie also writing a screenplay? Interesting. Oh, fun. Reggie has alien sightings videos. Do not tape over. Oh, this is a flashback. Here's an age check. Here's an age verification check. Does anyone... Well, this is both a ethics, moral, and age check. Did anyone remember, or does anyone have family members who would do the double VCR setup and record films? Like, you would rent a film from Blockbuster and then you would steal it by recording it on the piggyback VCR. Anyone remember that? No age checking. Yeah, very bad. It's not a great time. Recently, so I live in Salt Lake City, Utah, and we are infamous for having really strict alcohol laws, right? Recently, I went to buy some beer and I pulled out my Costco membership card, like my executive membership card, instead of my ID by accident because they were next to each other. And I was like, that should count, right? Like, that should count if you have a Costco executive membership card. Okay. Insert floppy disk. Oh, did I not have a... Did I not have a floppy disk? No, because the floppy disks are in there. Oh, I still have to find a date. Okay. A significant date. I don't think it's going to be the date that we got Chalupa Cabras. Although it could be. It's, I guess, gotta be this, but that would be... What would that be? That can't be right. Something that's gotta be more significant. If Reggie is a that's a lot of information. If they are a screenplay writer, then surely... Let's see if Peggy has a
Peggy,
hint.
I still have no idea how to open this safe.
Oh, I haven't looked at any of the drawers.
Okay. So let's change our thinking. What if we... Hello? Is anybody there? Please pick up.
Casey,
Oh, no.
I'm here. What's wrong?
Jason started going pale. I tried to get him
Oh, no!
They're
I shouldn't have
everywhere.
paged.
What's happening?
Oh,
what do
no.
I do?
Okay. Did he have booze earlier? He's going into shock.
God, it sounds like he's going into shock.
We're going to
Casey,
keep him
just
warm.
stay
Going to keep him
calm.
elevated.
It's going to be okay.
But the bleeding seemed to slow down.
Yeah. It sure
I
did.
mess up? Jason,
You
I'm
did not.
sorry.
Casey, calm down. You've done
I'm not that kind of
everything
doctor.
right.
But we'll be good.
I need you to listen to me, okay? For Jason.
What did the nurse say to do about shock?
Elevate Jason's
Casey,
legs.
I need you to elevate Jason's legs.
And then keep him warm.
We need to get the blood flowing to his vital organs.
Got it.
But I did find floppy disk.
Stay with me. I'm just gonna move you. This might hurt.
Intense
Okay.
music is happening.
I propped his legs up on some boxes. I'm looking at my notes. We need to get Jason as warm and comfortable as possible.
Sorry. Missing chat. Okay. Wait, what's a VCR? Stop it. Oh, mix-ups. Mix-you-ups. Mix us up. I got there eventually. Sorry, I didn't read your name right the first time. I didn't know you could do that. It was a special VCR hookup that I think was made illegal at some point. But like, if you knew someone who knew someone, just like the cable boxes. Speaking of Zelly, no one under 21 has a Costco membership card, right? Agent Midnight, right? Girl, I was too busy copying that floppy and pirating Oregon Trail to be copying VHS tapes. I still have nightmares about that game. That does not hold up. I've played Oregon Trail recently on a sim, and it's only fun when you're in school, I think. My parents didn't let me play video games until I was old enough to buy them myself. Mix us up. I had a very similar. I fought and got. My mom, fortunately, was an advocate for video games, but I had to fight for tabletop RPGs. That was where my family drew the line. Video games are fine. Some video games are fine. Devil May Cry, I was not allowed to play because Devil was in the title, which was really funny, especially since my interest in playing it was because I thought Dante was really cute. And I played it when I was like 30 years old on stream, when I first started my Twitch stream, when I used to stream off my PlayStation 4. And I was like, there's no devil in this game. What was my family talking about? But you did tape pay-per-view movies. Okay, but Zelly, the question is, did you pirate your pay-per-view, your cable? My earliest memory of VHS watching the Titanic and having to switch tapes. The Titanic was multiple tapes. It was. Remember when games were on multiple discs? Yep. Sexalia, yeah, David Arlo. Yep. 2 tapes. 2 tapes. Also, welcome in.
Yeah.
TiVo.
Still have some laundry next to me. I'll wrap 'em in the blanket.
Oh man, that is a blast from the past. And I think if I recall correct, the first Lord of the Rings movie was early enough that it was also released. DVDs were out, but I think it was also released on VHS. Wasn't it? And it was like 6 VHS tapes long or something ridiculous. Oh, apply additional bandage. We do not want to
Don't
replace
remove the bandage.
the bandage.
Apply another one on top of it.
Yes.
Do you still have something you can use?
I've used the rest
We
of the
are
laundry to keep 'em
nailing
warm,
this
so
first aid quest.
I'll use my jacket. I can always get a new one. I'll fix her
I hope I'm never in this
Get 'em warm.
situation, but if I am, I'm going to have to credit video games. Like, remember the kids in Sweden that there was a brother and sister and they were attacked by a moose, and the kids knew what to do because of World of Warcraft. They were like, feign death. It's gonna be like me using this game for first aid.
Not doing well. Is he gonna?
Keep him warm. He's gonna be
Jason
fine.
is going to be fine.
We did everything right.
Just make sure he knows he's going to be okay. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Give him what he needs. Please sit down. The camera.
Deep cuts, top secret.
Pick up.
I think the Sound of Music was like 4 tapes. I could be wrong. My memory of it being way too long. Yeah.
Karen, it's Peggy.
Oh, there's a really interesting thing about COVID and WoW. Oh, right, where they knew the model of how, well, not just COVID, but how diseases would spread because of the,
Somebody's been stabbed.
what was the name of the blight? Was it blight? It was when Naxxramas came out, right? And people would go into Nax and they would get the disease and then they would come back to Stormwind or Orgrimmar and spread it.
Always know what to do. The best we were able to
I do like when game devs made the situation in the game. It's a great learning experience. I mean, hopefully they consulted with someone who does know first aid, because if this is wrong information, then we're learning wrong information.
Nancy's dress, right?
The blood,
Thank you, Karen.
some blood plague.
Oh, you won. You're looking for
Blood
Jason
plague?
and Casey.
Agent Midnight, can I ask, what's the thing about biometrics going on? Good
Hello,
question.
Casey. Are you there? How are we doing?
I just missed all of that dialogue, so I'm going to pause. No one comes to this channel because I'm good at video games. Let's start there. So biometrics, what are they? They are a measure of my biological response to the game. So I have 2 biometrics. I mean, some people would argue that eye tracking is not biometrics. I mean, it's biological inputs. I count it. So you'll see a pinkish purple bubble on the screen. That is my eye tracker, and that is showing you what I'm currently looking at. Sometimes it cuts in and out because at some point I will take a picture of my setup. My eye tracking bar, my Tobii eye tracker, is resting on a bottle of Tums and a bottle of ibuprofen.
Just followed.
Thank you for the follow,
Thanks for
and thank you
joining
for
us.
the noisemaker sound, because that is the correct response to my very official eye tracking setup. The issue is we talked a lot about pirating on this very special episode of the stream. I have a legitimate Tobii eye tracker. I have legitimate Tobii software. I have a curved monitor, and the eye tracker that I have, they may make new eye trackers now that are appropriate for curved monitors. The one I have is not, because it's a little bit older. It's probably from 2019 or so. I bought it a long time ago. So I have to prop it up. It's ridiculous. It's on my to-do list to get fixed, but I feel like that's the most academic. Like, if anyone here is also a professor or works in academia, you can verify that this is 100% an academic stream, because my eye tracker is resting on a bottle of Tums and ibuprofen. Okay, the second biometric, to answer your question concisely, the second biometric data that I have on my stream is my heart rate, which you can see above my head up there. It has a cute little banner that says heart rate. It's currently 7270. My resting heart rate in real life is probably about 59 or so. My resting heart rate on stream tends to be more like 68. This is partially because of my caffeine addiction. I am always drinking tea. Cheers. I'm drinking tea out of a cup my friend made me. This is not wine, it's tea. Legitimately, it's tea. And also because when you talk, your heart rate increases just as part of talking. My heart rate will increase with other stimuli. So if I get scared, you'll notice it jump up. If I get angry, you'll notice it jump up. If I start talking with my hands like I'm doing right now, you'll notice it's jumping up because my heart is working harder to get blood to my limbs. Science stream. I'm an academic librarian, can confirm. Sexalia de Rolo, we have so many fans of librarians. Actually, it's lecture time. To catch you up, I swear to God, I'll play this video game like I'm supposed to in a second. But I, just this past week, got to go to our library at the University of Utah's special collection. The special room where you have to have an appointment and you have to wear white gloves, although they don't have white gloves anymore because apparently it got to, like, the white gloves just didn't fit enough people, and then you have to like wash them, whatever. Now they use like plastic gloves. But I got to go there and it was like a dream come true, and I got to look at some old books and I got to do some research, and we talked about it on stream earlier, and everyone on the stream was like, I wish I were a librarian. I want to be a librarian. So I'm very lucky. I get to teach people how to make video games. I have like the coolest job ever. I love my job, genuinely. However, I love librarians and libraries. White gloves are very controversial. Interesting. Isn't it safe to handle older books without gloves? So, opinions differ. Ooh, science stream. I'm going to redeem some channel points for science stream and then apologize for the air horn because I have really good sound effects. Please enlighten us.
Professor _Ashley just redeemed science stream.
Sexalia de Rolo, I want to know more. It's much easier to tear or damage while wearing gloves. Interesting. So I didn't have to wear gloves because the books I was looking at weren't like that old. They were actually from the 1970s. They just weren't in great condition. So I used a book cradle to protect the spine. Also, like, I felt the need to I didn't tell the librarian. I tried to be normal, but I felt the need to tell the librarian, like, hey, I really like books. Like, I'm going to treat this book like a baby. Do you want me to wash my hands first to try and remove as many oils as possible? I didn't put moisturizers on before coming because I didn't want my body lotion to affect the books. But like, I didn't say any of that because I wanted to be normal. Just be normal. You're meeting this person for the first time. But there were people who were doing archival research and they were looking at, like, I guess probably news. I was trying also not to stay in my lane. Like, it's a public space, right? So there are other people doing research and I was trying not to eavesdrop or stare, but they were doing like archival newspaper research. So I don't know, Sexalia, if newspapers are better protected by plastic gloves than... We're talking about books. Hi, Jeffrey. Why does this keep happening? Wait. Why does what keep happening? _. Hi, welcome in. We're having a really great time today. Are you talking about why do we keep talking about books or air horns? In our special collection. Sorry. I was going to say spec coil. And then I was like, what's that? No, special collection. And also it's call, not coil. They ask you to just wash your hands and handle the books normally. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I don't know about newspapers specifically. I'm not in special collections. I also have so many questions for special collections, but you waking up late. That makes sense, capital underscore. I have so many questions for special collections that I chose not to ask because I also wanted to appear normal. but I was like, where are the books kept? Because you have to make an appointment and they have to get the books. They're obviously not in general collection. You can't just like walk through and browse. So, and then I wanted to know if the call numbers for the special collection books are the equivalent of the general collection, because sometimes I just like to find a call number and then go and peruse that call number to find other books that may be of interest, which ended up being true. I just did that myself. Like I looked up the call number for these books I put on reserve and then went to that section in general collection and was able to find a ton more books of interest. But I want to know, like, are these kept in a basement? Are these underground? Where are these books kept where you have to like go and fetch them? Are they kept at an off-site location downtown? But I was like, I can't ask that because then it sounds like I'm going to rob the place, which is not my intention. Or it sounds like I'm a conspiracy theorist who's read too much Dan Brown, right? Which is not the case at all. So I'm waiting. I've held out my hand with seed and I'm waiting for the birds to come to me. I was normal and I was friendly, and the special collections librarian was like, hey, we might have some games in our collection that maybe your students and peers would be interested in researching. And I was like, yes, that sounds awesome. And then I asked her about her research because I was genuinely curious, because she studies Victorian British literature. And then I can start asking these other questions that I have. Okay, we're going to play a video game. Ooh, wait. I want to read more library stuff. Spec coil sounds like an acne cream. Yeah. You should ask. Make an appointment with them and talk to them. Librarians love when faculty do that. I did make an appointment and I did talk to them. We exchanged email addresses because I'm from the Midwest. I'm from the Midwest. My husband's from New York. And so I always talk to people until they're like, I try and read social cues and not bother people, but I did talk to them and we had a great time. So hopefully I didn't bother anyone. But I also, yes. I taught a class this summer and took my class to the special collections. They do that all the time. I did not know that until just now. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited to take my class there. They stored them inside a nitrogen vat. Robbing libraries now. So oxygen cannot decompose anything whatsoever. Is that true, capital underscore? I thought you were kidding me, but now I'm wondering. Hi, Kultima, I guess. I once visited a library at Fukuoka. I hope I pronounced that correctly. That kept books in an archive that had no human access, only robots. We have that. We have a collection that is just robots, but I don't know that's a special collection. Why not just store them in a vacuum? I'm not sure. These are all great questions that I want to ask our special collections folks. Sorry to derail, but I love how much you love libraries. Oh no, you didn't derail at all. Like, here's the problem. I really like books. And I'm also on Book Talk, and I think a lot of people here are also on Book Talk. Just shoot them into space. Ultimate protection. Yeah. The ultimate protection is when no one can read them, right? I think that's also part of... So I could take pictures, but I couldn't use flash photography when I was there. And I think that's partially because of light damage, right? So that means that they also can't be scanned, which is, I think that would be the solution, right? Is to scan the books or have a digital copy in some capacity. And then just never have anyone handle the actual original books. But anyway, I love libraries. Okay. Playing video games. Deep cuts, top secret, pizza delivery killer who kills with a pizza cutter. That's what we just, Forrest suggested that. Forrest was angry at Pawnee's Pizza and said that he hopes the Whistling Man kills Pawnee's Pizza guy with a pizza cutter. So, low-hanging fruit. This is your lesson that the first idea is the easiest. Terrifyingly, there's never any pizza. What happened to the original delivery guy? Maybe write him in as the final girl's boyfriend. Oh, this is his screenplay, huh? The protagonist is a college student named Megan, surname to follow. She's smart, beautiful, resourceful, and lactose intolerant. I just saw a TikTok that was like, I'm lactose intolerant. Give me all the dairy, which is very relatable. Amplifies the divide between her and the pizza killer. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. Takes place on 11/07, very important date. Hey, we found the very important date. for the town. Great goose gathering event where a large number of geese appear and suddenly and save the town from starvation. Try to link this into the greater story. We absolutely have digital copies of a lot of the stuff. I guess it depends on the material. I eavesdropped in the library and I heard there was like, it's so hard not to eavesdrop when you're in special collections, especially since everything there is special. It's in the name, right? And what I eavesdropped was that there was a reporter calling looking for television news footage because our special collection also has, I don't know from where, I presume it's just Salt Lake, where they filmed the news like every day for reasons. But I don't know if that's all of Utah or just Salt Lake, and I don't know which news channels. But they have VHS tapes of the news that they're trying to digitize, which sometimes works, sometimes doesn't because of quality. And so someone was calling trying to get a news report from the 80s, and the person, the special collections librarian, was like, oh, you're in luck. We actually have like most of the 80s digitized. It was really easy to do. But if you're looking for like the 70s, it becomes a little sketchy. And actually, if you're looking for the 90s, it also becomes sketchy because of this other problem that I don't remember what she said. But anyway, need to kill off Megan's support network through the movie, like Acts 3, but even scarier, maybe partner with Pawnee's Pizza for the launch. Pawnee's Pizza is going to get advertisement one way or another. 1 out of 10 orders just receive a pizza cutter and tickets to the movie. Interesting. Well, if I got tickets to a movie and a pizza cutter without a pizza, I would be very angry. So don't do that, maybe. Or have the order come in too. I don't know. Whatever. 1107. Dang it. I keep hitting the wrong key. All right. We know the code. 1107. Whee! Here's all the good stuff. What does this say? Oh. Oh, okay. So it's not one floppy disk with everyone's information on it. It's a series of floppy disks with everyone's information on it. Cool. Cool. This is going to take a while. I'm going to look up Peggy's info because I'm a creeper. Oh, this is not just like where she lives. This is notes. Interesting. Oh, I have to catch up on chat 'cause this is too interesting. I love cheese, but my stomach doesn't. Me, lactose intolerant and is unmoved by dairy. Also me, roasted peppers give me a stomach ache. Give me all the pepper dip. I wish I could. I mean, oat milk has helped with my cravings for dairy, but yeah. Extremely rare stuff like Dead Sea Scrolls kind of stuff. And we might do something like nitrogen storage. Interesting. I'm so sad that they wouldn't keep any broadcast recordings. Oh, yeah. You also need money for storage, which is, I'm hoping that the library has space for the RPGs. Like the Doctor Who Lost episodes. I wouldn't watch them, but to have them. Oh, I see. Yeah. We frequently store orange juice in nitrogen, though. What? So the pink circle is your eyes. Phrase like that makes it seem like I have pink eye. But yes, you are correct. I have ADHD and the eye tracking for neurodivergent people is wild. I love it. Okay, I think you can shut it off. I think. If I have it set up correctly. That's a 50-50 chance. So Toby has a Twitch integration that I have activated, quote unquote. I say that because sometimes I update my graphics card and then whatever setup I had disappears. So I may be hardwiring it into the stream, at which point you would not be able to shut it on and off. But if it bothers you, theoretically, you can turn it on and off, question mark. You currently don't, I don't think. Cool. We look everywhere. Yeah. So you can see when I'm reading, you'll see. I think that's the best time to see the eye tracking. Okay, notes. I've never seen somebody gel with everyone as quickly as Peggy has. Her, Karen, and Barbara have become a little family already. Maybe we need to run the station on girl power. Hopefully that's cheaper than electric. Oh, what a fun joke. Sometimes I wonder if Peggy secretly wants her own show. She hasn't been shy about getting involved with calls on the screen. Sometimes it feels as though Forrest could just leave for a coffee mid-call and nobody would know. Oh, that's a slight against Forrest, huh? Peggy and Karen have missed another work event. This time first aid training because of their training sessions. Their collection of cocktail parasols grows after each session. Why are they doing training sessions at a bar? Okay. Oops, I hit the wrong button again. Oh, I'm supposed to respond. Oh. Whoops.
What about now? Is he still thrashing? Nice.
He's passed out. Please tell me
Nice.
you found someone to help.
Casey, help is on the way. My colleague will be there soon.
You hear that, Jason? Someone is coming. Just fine.
Oh, I don't know if you should answer that.
Just hold on. Come on. Hello? Jason, Casey? Oh, Chris. Peggy sent me. Are you there?
Did Peggy send her? But Karen's the doctor who might be dead. No,
Oh boy. He's definitely been stabbed.
maybe not.
I'm gonna need you here, Casey. It's gonna be all hands for this one.
Okay. Forrest, we'll call you back later. I have to go now.
Well, then why am I looking through these?
God, I hope he's gonna be
Oh,
alright.
boy.
And with that, the show moves on. We're sending our best wishes to Jason.
I think I did a bad.
Well, after all that excitement, I think we could use some music.
Come back upstairs when you're ready.
Yeah, I don't think we did that good. I think we're supposed to be looking for someone from the radio station. Oh boy, closed captioning might not be working correctly either. Oh, it's definitely not. Definitely not. So here's something interesting. The closed captioning thing. That's a funny one. So there were a bunch of third-party websites who offered captioning for Twitch via like web integration, but then because Twitch wasn't their only customer. All right, pew, 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 pew. We gotta go to lecture mode for this because this is something I've investigated. I used to have captions and subtitles for my streams,
Dead air is a crime, Forrest.
but I'm still reading stuff. Fine. Wait. Brad and Barbara. Okay. That's just about Brad and Barbara dating. Okay, we'll never know about the other employees, I guess. Wait, I don't want to go there. I want to go back up.
Come on, Forrest.
If I remember where I go. I don't, apparently. Here we go. Sorry, I'm going to go back to live scene. The game's shouting at me. Captions! Yes, focus. So, Twitch was not the only customer, right? So people were using this web captioner for Zoom as well. And Zoom integrated captions quite well. And so I think their business model fell off. And so they sunsetted. The one I was using in particular is called Web Captioner. They sunsetted in October. I looked up from a bunch of other streamers, like, okay, what are you using now? And they were like, oh, Twitch integration, or Streamlabs integration.
Play something.
And so I found a few, but they were run off of a third party whose
Getting pretty late.
privacy.
This might be your last break for the night, so try to enjoy it.
When are we supposed
Give me
to
a buzz
stop?
when you want to go back on air.
Okay, great. Thanks, Peggy. They were using their captioning to train AI, which is not like the biggest sin in the world, right? But when I looked through their privacy protections, it was not clear to me if they would sell if they were recording your audio or recording the transcriptions, and if they plan to also sell that in some capacity. So I opted not to do that because of privacy concerns, which is not great for accessibility. That was a very long discussion. But aren't we all richer for it? Thick Midwestern accent. Oh, darn heck. We need to get some extra gauze up in here for all this blood. Oh, no, it looks like you're bleeding out of your abdomen. Yeah. Oh, yay, capitalism. Yeah, that's the story for that. So I think Twitch has an integration, and Twitch was like, don't worry about it, fam, but theirs is terrible, so... And I'm sure, like, also doesn't know accents very well.
Let's roll.
You got it. We've got another call coming through, too.
Welcome back to 189.6.
Where no one ever dies.
The Scream. I believe we have another caller on the line. How are you tonight, caller?
Aw.
Morris, it's me, Roller Ricky. Oh, and Maxie's here too.
Oh, good. We saved Roller Ricky. Are you okay?
Are you okay? Not under attack again, are you?
What if he's the
Oh,
killer?
we're good, man. Thanks to you. You're like our guardian angel.
That wouldn't be a bad look for you, Forrest. A little White Wing Halo number. Maybe something for the K-Fam Halloween party.
All
Yep.
right, everyone, let's
Sure
calm
is.
down. Ricky, I'm just glad we could help you and Maxie.
Is there anything else we can help you with, Ricky?
Actually, I think I have some info that might help you.
Okay, go on.
Did you see or hear anything during the attack earlier?
Not exactly. You see, man, me and Jason know each other.
You know each other?
Yeah, we
Wait,
went
who's
to Scout
Jason?
High and played on the football team together. He was a gnarly offensive linesman, and I was our star wide receiver. Runner Ricky, they called me.
Do they all
right,
also
and
know
what does that have to do
Chuck?
with tonight?
Well, because George, the guy who drowned, he was on our team too.
Okay, and Chuck's involved.
Tell me about him. What was George like?
I didn't.
Oh,
know
Jason's
long,
guy got
man,
stabbed.
Sad to
Okay.
say. We had the first
Bread
team
butt's
party
back.
on the night he drowned.
Oh, it's a new bread
He
butt.
seemed like such a good dude.
Ricky, were you there when George drowned?
No, man. Once
This
the
seems
party
like important dialogue.
turned, I beat feet out of there. Man, I remember George and his girl there. There was a whole lot of love, man. I could see it.
Who's
you know?
George dating? Okay, hold on, really quick. So this is Jack. Jack is rarely in this bed. Jack and Atticus fight over the stream bed, as I call it. So if you're new here, just so you know,
Calamity just followed.
Call Mamity.
Thanks
That
for
is a great
joining
name,
us.
and thank you for the follow. The dogs are free range. They're free roaming. They are not like trapped here. I don't like force them to be on stream. They just have a little bed, and sometimes they like to hang out in their bed. They also have a little LED light to try and. Oh, hey Jack. Jack wants pets. Now it looks creepy because they step on it sometimes, and then it changes colors. But it's not a great setup. But I didn't. They just sleep there anyway. So when I'm playing video games at night, the corgis are by my feet. So I just put a camera there, and now sometimes we get to watch them, and sometimes they run away. Oh, you want a good boy treat. I always also, if you do a good boy treat redemption, I always give both corgis a treat because it's not fair to only give the one on stream a treat. It's very socialist of me, I know. So we were doing these lovely, whenever possible, I like to support small businesses. Zelly, Debug Zelly, gifted us this very sweet blueberry scone, local dog biscuit maker. But our corgis are a little doughy, to use the bread metaphor. So I have some low-calorie treats I'm going to give them. They've already had 2 of the good blueberry scone biscuits. So I'm going to give them some of these tricky trainers that are a little more diet-friendly. And they've switched. Well, Jack got up. Atticus is here. I'll put a couple treats down and see if I can lure them. There we go. Atticus is back. He's eating some treats. Go, Jack. Good boy. Good boys. Good boys. Okay. Capital underscore, you're so funny. I love seeing them in the corner. Good, Agent Midnight. I love that they hang out with us. It's so funny. It's our treat. Yeah, exactly. So if you, I think I listed it below in my about section, which Twitch doesn't make super obvious anymore, but Jack, I call him Jack the Pumpkinhead because he has an orange face. It reminds me of Jack from Nightmare Before Christmas. And then the other one is Atticus.
Ricky, please. What was her name?
Okay, what was...
I never got her name, man.
It's probably
You just called
Dawn.
her Bean.
I didn't really know her before or see her after that.
Then what did she look like? Please, tell us anything you remember.
I just remember a pretty girl, man. I'm sorry.
Thanks, Ricky.
Ricky, you said the party didn't last long. What happened?
We were just having a good time, and then the next thing I knew, everyone was running for their life. I looked up and saw a goddamn whistling man in the trees.
Wait, so does that mean it couldn't be Dawn?
And I never
Dawn was
ran
at the
so fast
party,
in my life. I ran
hanging out with
straight
Jason.
home. Didn't know about George until next morning at school.
I'm guessing it was whistling night, wasn't it? That the whistling man was just another kid.
Yeah. I don't know how George died, but
Interesting.
I always felt like if anyone deserved to die that night, it should have been me.
Aw, Ricky. You got your life together now. Maybe if you hadn't run Forrest, no. No.
Can't believe they did that to you all.
Yeah, but they did. And it took a long time to get over that, but yeah, just thought I'd tell you all what I know.
Thank you, Ricky.
Okay, who do we think is
Thank
the prime
You got
suspect
it,
now?
man. Anyway, I think it's time for me and Maxie to free up your phone lines. Thanks for listening, man. I'll let you to
Can
it.
we also
Nice,
just
Ricky.
take a moment? Ricky called us at like
All
midnight
right, folks.
and asked us to play a
Looks like
song
we got a new lead in the
so he
case.
could do one last
If
roller
anyone
skate.
has any info
It's 3 o'clock
about
in the
this
morning and he's still
mysterious
up.
Being, please call in.
If
The
she was
butler.
George's girlfriend back then,
Peggy's dad.
she's probably in her mid to late 30s now. Huh. Oh, we have another call coming
I think
in,
it's Dawn.
but hang on.
What's up, Peggy?
It's coming from inside the studio.
Peggy?
You're gonna want to take this call off the air.
Who is it?
Just do it.
All right, folks, it's time for another track.
This is the same one I
Here's
played
one to
before,
help us
but the
sit
game
back
doesn't
and
care.
relax. We'll be right back after this.
189.60.
I love playing
I
the
hope this is good
stinger.
news, Peggy. Who have we got?
I'm worried about Ricky.
Find out for
Ricky's
yourself on line
safe,
1.
I think. Clearly it was Colonel Mustard.
Hello?
Forrest, I'm glad I got back through to you. Sounds like it's
This
been
is
a busy night,
the
Surprise! It's Leslie.
911 operator, not sheriff.
Leading the charge from Henderson to come save us. It's so good to hear from you. Are you okay?
huh? We're doing okay. Sarah and I are both happy to be headed back home.
We're happy to have you too. Wait, Sarah?
Oh, yeah, I mean Deputy Martinez. Anyway, we got back into radio range.
Oh, are they a couple? I'd ship it.
Been listening in, but haven't been able to get through until now.
It's been a long night. So help us on the way?
It's been non-stop since you left. Please tell us you're bringing help.
In my mind, they are.
Bet.
The pronunciation of Sarah is
Squad
unexpected.
towards Gallows Creek as we speak.
I also read it as Sarah,
Turns
but
out somebody had
Sarah
cut the phone line.
makes sense if
They
her
had
last
no
name is
idea
Martinez.
what was happening.
That's great news. That's crazy about the phone lines, though. Do you think the whistling man cut them?
I'm guessing so. I don't know how the whistling man did it. But that doesn't matter right now.
Interesting.
Listen, we're coming in hot, but we need your help.
Okay.
I know Gallows Creek isn't a big town.
This seems like the
but if we
the
don't
grand
know where
finale,
the
right?
whistling man is, we can't get him. Her. That's where you come in.
Oh boy. Got a map. I notice there's maps everywhere. Literally everywhere. What do you
You
need?
can count on us.
You can count on us.
It might be a long shot, but here goes. The whistling man
Sawa.
already called up a few times.
That's true.
I bet she calls again. We're still a little ways out of town, so if she calls, stall her. Buy as much time as you can.
Are they
for us
gonna,
to get in. And
like-
while you're talking to her, try to figure out where she
They're gonna
is.
use cell towers to
We'll be listening
triangulate
in, so once her
in
location is
1987.
known, we'll head straight there and end this nightmare.
Okay, so we have to listen for clues, I guess, is our task. I'll do my best.
I'll do my best.
I know you will. Heck, I can see the headlines now. Forrest Nash's interview of a lifetime. Anyway, I'll radio the other cars and tell them the plan is a go.
All right, we got this.
Hopefully the next time I see you, it'll be with our killer behind bars. Take care now.
We'll see you soon, Leslie. Thank God.
I was
Sounds like
curious,
this is
and
almost
after
over.
trials in New
We're
Jersey,
nearly through
AT&T
this.
installed an experimental cell towers around Chicagoland in 1978. Okay, so were we wrong the whole time, and were there cell phones? Or not just car phones? I still feel like the idea that everyone in the small town has a cell phone to be bananas. I think that's bonkers, considering that I lived in Phoenix, which is like the 5th largest city in the United States, and I didn't get a cell phone until like 1999. Let's get
Best
back
we
on
don't
here.
waste any time then. Let's get back on air.
You got it. When you're ready.
The
shut
ugly brick
music off.
phones for sure mix us up. But this is a really small town. I just cannot even imagine them having reception. That's just me.
Bringing you back live now.
Welcome back to The Scream with me, Forrest Nash.
Me, everyone is a
It's
business
lit up,
executive.
but
Yeah.
before I get to
Oh,
the
no
next
one in
caller,
Iowa
I
has
just
cell
wanna
phone at
say,
this time. That's
thanks
right.
for
We did
looking up.
research last stream
It's
and figured out
almost
that this is
over.
Iowa,
But
right?
for now, let's bring in our next caller.
Oh, right. I've shut the music. I did that. I don't want to listen to that track anymore.
Evening, caller. This is Forrest Nash.
Forrest?
Casey, is that you? Are you all right?
Forrest, it's Jason.
Oh, how did we resolve this?
What about Jason? Is he okay?
He's gone.
Oh,
But we did such a good
Your
job.
friend. They tried everything they could. They said he just lost too much blood.
I don't remember how we sent the person we did, but we sent a doctor. Like, did we just take too long?
Are they still with you? Can we?
Your friend? No, they just left. They seemed really shaken.
I'll have to call them up tomorrow.
Unless that's the
I can't
killer.
believe he's gone. Could I have done more?
You did everything you could have done. You both
We
did.
totally did everything we're
I'm
right.
sure
We did not
Jason
pull out the
knows that.
knife.
Thank you, Forrest.
We reinforced
I really
the
hope
knife.
so.
Hey, guys, I'm really sorry, but there's a call on the other line.
Really,
I just need to
Peggy?
make sure we don't have another situation brewing.
Oh, that's
It's all
fine.
right,
Okay.
Peggy. I understand. Do what you need to do.
Thank you, Casey. I'll be right back.
The knife lump bleed out. No, we did
Yes,
not.
Casey?
Before Jason
We did not
got
change the
there,
dressing either.
I asked him who did this, and I think he knew who attacked him.
Yeah, we know,
serious?
Casey.
Yeah. He said it had to do with a boy named George Barrow.
It all keeps coming back to George Barrow.
It all keeps coming
Said
back
that
to George Barrow.
died during, God, what was it? Whistling night?
Yes.
Some kind of prank night.
Yes.
And that the person who stabbed him wanted revenge for George.
So it's probably George's
Casey,
girlfriend.
Are you absolutely sure this is what Jason said?
Yeah, I think so. Jason still seemed with it when he was telling me. So I don't doubt
We
what he
treated the
said.
shock by
Did you say Jason
elevating
told
his
you
legs
who the whistling man is?
and keeping him
He
warm
did.
and
He
applying
said it was a
more
woman.
cloths.
They went to school together. Somebody called him.
What? What happened? Are we still on air?
Someone that went to school with him with the name that started
How
with
do
an
we
M.
get it back on?
We can use the emergency generator down in the basement. Reggie picked it up a while ago in case we ever needed to do an emergency broadcast.
An
Oh, boy.
emergency broadcast?
Oh boy.
You know, nuclear war, alien attack,
Oh, is it Marie Campbell?
serial killer gets into the cops, so it can end.
It's Marie Campbell, isn't it?
Fair point.
It's in the storage area in the far back corner, up on the wall. You
Storage
might have spotted
area.
it earlier when you were digging around.
Yes,
for
we
all the
did.
tape. It'll have a big red button. Just press that.
I totally know where this is.
I'll see you when you're back.
Of course it's in the basement, yeah. The only thing I can think of... You're getting goosebumps, Howard? Oh, we'll be fine. They're not gonna... There's no animation in this. We're fine. What's in here, though? Did we ever go in here?
That's not opening.
Weird. Are we, like, at the end of the game? Why would that open? It's the killer. No. Oh, the radio's off. I forgot. Basement. I think it's Marie Campbell. Final answer. Lock it in. Was it this way or was it this way? It was this way. Yes.
Far back corner.
If this
Why
were real
is
life,
this
there's
station
no way
so
I would be doing
big?
this. No way. Wait, that's not it. Oh, left corner.
That must be it.
Big red button. Push it. Oh, that's the button.
We've got power.
Let there be light. The Whistling Man.
The Whistling Man. I need to warn Peggy.
Of course they're coming for it. Why didn't... The Whistling Man could have saved themselves a lot of drama if they had just killed us first. Wait, that's the exit. Yeah, that's where I want to go. Okay. It was up here, right? Yes. Then we're going to reception.
What the hell?
What was I supposed to see? I didn't see it. Oh! The Whistling Man's right behind me. Ha! Fine. Oh no! Peggy!
Oh no.
What do
Peggy!
I do?
Where'd you go?
Oh no, I'm locked in here.
No way. This can't be happening.
Is it Peggy? I don't want to change because if I try to read them now, I'd get nightmares. Oh, an R.L. Stein book?
A call.
The music, Howard. You're okay. You're totally going to be fine. I don't know Peggy's situation, though. How do I do this? Aw, Peggy has
Did Dawn
card.
press the Peggy button? Did she want me to hit it on my end?
Probably. Happy birthday, sis. Happy birthday, Peg. Now you're great and 8. Love, M. Peggy's sister's the killer. Oh, I gotta put this down. Ooh, what else is Peggy reading? Oof. Peggy drinks a lot of coffee. Okay.
Where's Peggy, Dawn?
Have some patience, Forrest.
Oh, it is Dawn.
Almost the end of the show, but
Dun, dun,
it's not
dun.
over just yet. Got a little time still. So let's make the most of it.
I'd rather
not.
if that's okay.
Oh, Forrest.
Huh?
I thought we'd end tonight's Whistling Man special with a special guest. The one who started it all.
Why'd she knock over the
Let me
couch?
take that out of your mouth and
You crazy bitch!
Teddy.
Let me go!
welcome to the air, Mr. Teddy Gallows Jr.
Wait.
It's all gonna come out tonight, Teddy. Your daddy and his money saved you 20 years ago. But even if you
Oh, is he the politician?
with all the money in the world,
Wait. Where the hell is Teddy?
I love
How
The
are you
Office
talking
toys.
to
It's my
him
favorite part
if
of this
you're here
movie.
with me?
because I'm not there with you, Forrest. I'm here with Teddy. And if he says where that is, well, he knows he'll get it.
Wait, then who am I looking at?
Forrest Nash, let me introduce you and all of Gallows Creek to my boy, Henry Barrow.
Your son?
I'm not sure what's happening anymore.
Wait, did he?
Yes, Forrest. He and I had a son.
Okay.
So there were 2 Whistling Men tonight. Of course.
That makes sense
That
of how they
explains
could.
how you were always able to get around town so quickly.
Especially
Hang on.
construction.
Did you say Barrow? Then are you?
Let me just get this mask off. Damn uncomfortable thing. No wonder Mooney went crazy wearing this. There we go.
Marie?
Okay, but why tell me? Why not just kill me?
Campbell? George's old girl. Oh. Well, it sure has been years since I last saw. Oh,
And that's
God
Peggy's sister
damn
for
it.
sure, right?
Where are you going with all of this?
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna know now what Teddy did.
Okay, but you didn't have to kill people.
He killed George that night. This night. 20 years ago.
Listen to me. You.
You're gonna talk when I talk to you. And not a moment before. Meanwhile, Forrest.
I know.
I'm gonna give you a
Forrest
chance to
hates
talk.
Teddy too, and so is Peggy.
You're gonna help me
I should have been like
reveal
quiet.
what
Yeah,
really
he's being
happened
threatened with
20 years
murder.
ago.
No. Why should I won't do it. I'll do it. Ooh, this feels like one of those questions that has like an actual serious impact on the story. But I guess, hey, I'm playing this game.
Okay, Marie.
We're almost done.
I'll do it.
Good. Then let's talk about the night George was murdered.
Murdered? Listen,
I learned it was these two a few hours ago. I'm so glad we got here before the stream ended. Me too, because I have a new game I want to play. Next week.
Now.
Thursday. Thanks for following, Maximum Cowboy.
Cowboy just followed. Thanks for joining us.
And that's why I want you
So nice to have you here.
Interview you. All right. I
We
can do that.
we just talked about Forrest having really bad interview skills, so it's all
Tell the
coming
story,
back.
Forrest. Do a good job. And hell, you might be the only one to leave here alive.
But where's Peggy? Gotta
I
get
need
Peggy
to drag
back.
this out. If I can buy Leslie time to get back to Gallows Creek.
Oh, that's
and
right.
If I can find out where Marie is, then this can end. Teddy, we'll start with you.
I hope Forrest was saying that to
Just,
himself and not to them.
Talk me through what happened that night. How did it start?
how would I know? It was 20 years ago.
Quiet, Teddy. I have hit him, Marie. Do you want to die or be honest, Teddy?
Hit him again, Marie.
That's so mean. I couldn't resist. I'm sorry, chat. Chat, you put me up to it.
Our first team party was coming up. And when I saw the date it was scheduled for, I had an idea for a way we could prank the new guys.
I
Whistling
understand
night,
that
right?
Kids in Gallows Creek know.
Oh, wait, I'm supposed to
tonight
drag
as
this out.
Whistling Night. I'm guessing that's what you mean?
Well, we didn't have a name for it then.
I'm supposed to drag this out. I'm supposed to drag this out.
Mooney went missing. But Whistling Night is what they
Oh, maybe I
call
did drag it out. I did a good job.
You mean this was the first Whistling
I'm with you. I
Night?
think he deserved it. Don't blame us. You chose that one, Jeffrey.
We went up near Whistling Point.
Place his phone on speaker. If only I could stall for long enough to keep these guys in place. Oh, right.
Me, Jason, and George, of course.
Yeah, the good guy giving the monologue of the plan to the bad guy is a good trope.
Brought Marie.
And Roller Ricky, he was there too, wasn't he?
Yes, Ricky was there too. Runner Ricky, our wide receiver. I helped him off the bottle, you know. Because I'm a decent man.
Is that so?
Are you
Yes,
now?
It is. He came apart one day. Some people knew. He had some issues. Wasn't stable. I didn't want him to hurt his chance.
Oh, can you emote in Twitch chat? That's fun.
I helped him keep himself together.
You were afraid he would talk about that night, weren't you?
Keep talking.
About midway through the night, we put the prank into action.
I looked up at the trees and saw Jason there. Bloody, like he'd just been stabbed. And the whistling man. Screaming. George and I and Ricky, we got left behind. But Ricky was in on it too. I know he was. He and Teddy were as close as anybody. Teddy
Oh, so that's why she tried to kill Roller Ricky. No, Ricky didn't know at all. But I'm supposed to keep the conversation going. Did you ask Ricky?
Did you ask Ricky if he knew or not?
I didn't see any reason to. Why?
Because Ricky phoned up earlier. He didn't know anything about it, Marie.
What?
He had no idea what was happening.
I don't think Marie's
He
going
said
to
he
do
was
this.
as terrified as anybody. Isn't that right, Ted?
This on side and
You
willing to
didn't tell him,
believe
did you?
us.
Ricky never could keep his mouth shut.
The prying
If we
good
told
action.
him, he would have given everything away.
Well,
The accents are really good. The accents now lean me more toward Iowa than Minnesota.
About it afterwards. He's still guilty.
It was just a stupid prank.
Okay, I have the option of just a prank, go to hell, or hit him, Marie. What's that, chat? I should pick hit him, Marie?
Hit him again, Marie.
Oh, God.
Chat, why would you do that?
Think Jason had been murdered. He thought his best friend was dead.
And so tonight you stabbed him for real?
It's the role he wanted to play.
If I'd saved Jason, maybe I could have derailed her for a
Oh, God, but we did! Okay, is there any version of this game in which Jason lives? I don't think there
Somehow
is.
we got separated in the woods. I ended up near the bottom of Whistling Point, and when I noticed George wasn't with me, I panicked. And then
That must be like,
I don't know how he
I
snuck
don't
up
know.
on me, but
We did everything right.
Whistling Man grabs
Maybe we just didn't get
ice cream, and he
help
started
there in time.
laughing.
Ah! Normally when you do what she says, he lives.
I could
Dang
stop
it.
for time here.
How did
How
you
did
feel?
you feel in that moment?
I felt like nothing was real. I felt small,
That's a way to stall, right?
confused, and
Who was under the mask, Marie? Who was the Whistling Man?
it was Chuck. Chuck Brody. Laughing away. But then he stops,
Okay,
and he's looking up at the top of
so Chuck Brody was the
What was he looking at?
quarterback. Captain. Not the quarterback, captain.
Teddy,
So Ant...
what happened next?
Nothing. I mean, it was just
Teddy?
Did Ant
George
make the Ferris wheel accident
fell
happen?
off Whistling Point.
How do you
How
know?
do you know what happened?
I saw it.
You pushed him. You were up there. You were dressed as the Whistling Man too, and
I didn't push him. God damn
Lay
it.
down in the chaise lounge for me while I put out this clipboard. Yeah, exactly.
He kept backing up. When I saw he was about to go over, I reached out. That's what you saw.
you liar.
It's not my fault. He didn't know it was a joke.
Teddy.
If he'd had any brains, he would have realized.
Just a victim blamer, huh, Teddy?
Bitch. No one's going to believe this.
Bro, dude,
After
my
all
guy. Agent Midnight, exactly. Then why the cover up if you didn't
She's
push him?
lying. Why the cover-up?
My future was at stake, Nash. You know what it's like. People like us are bred for bigger things.
People like who,
I'm
Teddy?
going to be the mayor of this town, of course. And then governor.
People like
And then, who knows? What happened that night was tragic. It should never have happened. But it was a mistake. It was just a stupid joke gone wrong. So my father sent Clive out to clean it up.
Oh no.
Should have blipped.
Big yikes.
My future.
George was a
Denying, attacking, reversing the victim and offender, yeah.
He wasn't a blip, Marie.
His father covered it up from there.
I don't know which option I
searched
picked,
for
I just
George's
got
body
scared.
all night, but
You never found his body, Marie?
I looked all night. Jogger found him the next morning, washed up on the river. Instead of telling the truth, she lied. She said she found him in the reservoir.
Our jazz runner, Sandra Sharp.
I knew it. I knew Sandra was
Everyone
shady.
in on it, Forrest.
I
Even
went
the
on too hard
coroner
on her
wrote a
though. She
fake
wouldn't tell us
report.
anything.
Said George was drinking, that he just got himself into trouble, and
I saw. I'm sorry. For
So is Clive
all it's
also
worth,
dead?
Virginia didn't have much of a choice. She had a sick sister whose treatment she couldn't afford. She played along with the gallows to save her sister's life. And her own.
Even still, she should have told the truth. I did my part. I tried everything
got a
I could
point.
think of. I even went to the newspaper, but no. That coward killed the story. But Maurice Russell is dead now.
Okay, how do I keep the conversation going? You've been through hell. This has to stop. When will the killing end?
You've been through hell, Marie. I'm sorry.
You've got no idea. Never should have started.
I like the subtitles with the kick. That's good.
I should have been punished. It's coming to a stop.
And how do you feel?
Here, where George and I first met, before he joined your football team, was right after.
Oh, where is that?
Throw.
Wait a sec.
I don't have a map in here. It's gotta be the football field, right?
You're at the football field.
Jesus Christ! Forrest, you idiot!
Oh!
At Gallows Creek High.
I told you not to do that.
Wait.
Dead too now, isn't he?
He is.
Well,
Anyway, I think that about wraps up the interview with Teddy. So,
I mean, at least now we don't have to worry about the mayoral race, right? Honestly, might have deserved it. Yeah, well.
Peggy, it's been so long since I've seen
Why is
your
Peggy
face.
there?
I worried you wouldn't come. And here I was, thinking you'd forgot me.
I'd never forget my own sister.
Forrest seems lost.
But we know that it's her sister because there's the card.
Peggy,
Earlier, while you were speaking to Casey, I got a call. Do you remember? Well, it was from Dawn.
This is the book
She said
talk
that my
loon. I just
sister
want to point
Marie
out.
was there that night George died.
This is a
That
fetish.
I should
We're
come to
staring
the
at a
gym
fetish.
for a reunion.
And when you walked in, you found out.
That my sister is the Whistling Man.
good to see you too, Peggy.
Why didn't you tell me any of this?
She said that it was my last chance to see my sister. I knew if I told you, you'd try to stop me or come with me when we need you on the radio. And I just...
I'm sorry. This has to be a lot for you.
I'm trying to make more tea.
What happened to you, Marie? You just disappeared one day.
Oh, mix us up.
I was thrown out, Peggy.
Oh, mix us up.
I begged Mom and Dad to do something about what happened that night, but did they care? No.
I accept partial credit for it still being a relation of Peggy's. I will give you partial credit, Zelly. Yeah, Automod, sorry. Automod blocked you. I allowed it, though. What's a fetish?
So sorry. I never knew.
It's not your fault.
Is this not enough tea for you?
Really, it's Mom and Dad I should be seeing right now. But since they're dead,
Adagio
well,
teas? Interesting.
I'll have to settle for the next
Hold
best
on.
thing.
Hold on. We're in a... Hold on. Okay, first of all. Okay, let's stop for a second. I know what a fetish is. I just all tabbed out so I missed the joke. Okay, I have my automod on like really extreme settings. But let's talk. Okay. So my area of research is actually in sexuality in games, in addition to doing games user research stuff. So one of the things I've been researching with a colleague of mine recently is on the influence that TikTok has on gameplay behaviors, particularly when people decide to play a video game because they are fans of tropes and themes that are present in books and have been introduced to those themes and tropes in games. For example, Call of Duty's Ghost, Simon Ghost Riley, is huge on TikTok within the book talk community because he wears a mask and because people have a fetish for like a masked persona. So if we go back to the game, this is a trope and a theme and a fetish on book talk. So you'll have a person, a masculine presenting person wearing a mask, usually masculine presenting. I suppose it could be the person could be feminine presenting as well. But I've only ever seen this trope happen with masculine presenting people, usually wearing a mask, sometimes cosplaying Simon Ghost Riley from Call of Duty, who lean on a doorway over a feminine presenting person. And this makes the book talk go wild. Yo, 2 people for Rajiaj though. Oh, Zelly's a fan. Okay. Adagio, I guess I should say. Oh, Ghostface is heavily on TikTok or book talk. Yes, Ghostface is another one. The lean is a huge thing. He's even doing the lean. Yes. I have friends who are fans of Ghost Token, Sleep Token, and yes, and they also wear masks. Yeah, this we actually brought up the last stream, or the first time we streamed this game, I brought up Sleep Token because this mask is almost exactly the same as Sleep Token. And in the intro to this game, there's a scene where there's like flashing lights and then the masked person appears, and I just started laughing, and I was like, this is not scary for me because book talk has ruined this. For me, this is someone's kink. So this is yeah. This is the lean from anime or manga. I'm actually not sure. I think the lean, I've seen TikTok mashups of the lean from different films. I somehow ended up on book talk even though I don't read. Well, read the books, I should say. Yay, blocked link. Sorry, _. You should be able to put the link in Discord. And you should be able to access Discord by doing !Discord if you're not already there. But I think you are. Okay.
Wait. Is that why you went after that kid in the maze? Eugene Stein? Because his parents?
That's right. Eugene's parents were there that night too. But they got themselves killed in a bus accident. And since only their child was left.
So it was a red herring,
please.
Jordan.
Mom and Dad are gone, Peggy. Besides, you forgot me. Just like the rest.
Lean is just a trope without a fandom.
Marie, Peggy never
Thank
forgot
you,
about you.
Sexalia.
Keep your mouth shut.
You know what I'm talking
She
about.
kept the card from you. She kept it here.
Kabedon got popular because of book talk, even though it was
Card you made me for
on
my 8th
anime
birthday.
/manga. Okay.
What does it say then?
Happy birthday, Peg. Now you're great and 8. Love, M.
Henderson Police!
Yeah.
No!
Oh, and the police are here too.
Get out of there!
Oh, sorry, sexy killer. Bye.
We have 1 wounded, 1 dead, and we're...
Man, he noped out of there, huh?
Henderson Police!
I still can't.
Forrest!
Can't get out.
Leslie, how's Peggy?
Everything's coming to a head.
Pretty bad, but we're here now.
I'll be okay.
Play a song.
Marie!
Play a word from our
Hey,
sponsors.
Zara! I need you to look after Peggy. She needs help. Now. We got here just in the nick of time.
Where's Marie?
She bolted right as we got here. The police are right on her heels. It won't be long now. It's over, Forrest.
Woo! We did it. I assumed due to the large overlap that exists between both communities. Oh, he flipped the couch so you couldn't see that there were no assets showing a broken window.
Peggy. This has been.
Jeffrey, I think you're right. Jeffrey, that was a good call. Look. Yeah, the window's totally not broken. That's really funny. Okay. Let's make tomorrow better.
Let's make tomorrow better.
Oh, I should have said it's been a scream because I have the switchboard. We did it, fam! We did it! The man, the myth, the scream. The end? Question mark? So we survived. There was a scenario in which I could have died? Oh, this is like my kill board, right? You know what? Where are we? We did good.
Officer Trout, come in. One suspect is in custody. We've trailed the other suspect into the nearby
Oh
woods.
no. Ew, is this a janitor's closet? One more Pawnee's Pizza advert. All right. Open the door, skip the... Oh. I don't want to skip the epilogue. Crap. Okay. R.I.P. Jason. Yeah. Well, I want... Yeah, well, sorry, Jeffrey. I did not want to skip the epilogue. Anyway, I streamed for an hour and 40 minutes over the time I normally stream, so... Look at that. But thank you all so much, RIP and pepperoni. Maybe if you continue, I'll restart the end. Maybe. We'll never know. Oh, the corgis are gone too. So I streamed for far too long. Let's go make tea. Let's go make lunch. Thank you all so much for watching. If you're new here or a new follow, thank you so much. That was so nice of you. I stream on Thursdays at 7 p.m. I stream really random times. They are accurately listed below, but it's kind of random. So I stream Thursdays at 7 p.m. because that's when my kid's asleep. And then I stream Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. I know that's early, but if you want to relax in bed and watch a Twitch stream, do it here. While I play horror games.
Just followed.
The most
Thanks
relaxing. Thank you, McEvilly Tattoo. Probably said that wrong. Sorry. Thank you for the follow. Earl Grey. Earl Grey Moonlight. Ooh, interesting. Agent Midnight, thank you for watching. Corgis called it a night. It's only been almost 4 hours, right? Right. Yeah, the corgis, they're outside playing in the snow. I'm going to go play in the snow. Thursday stream is back, baby. It is. Thursday, 7 p.m. I'm trying to stream more so I can get through games a little faster. So you can watch my backlog here. There's some past streams. I also put them on YouTube if you're curious about the whole game of Killer Frequency. I do have a next game lined up, thankfully, thanks to my wonderful community. Although Ludwig, I think, recommended it. I'm trying to remember who recommended the game. I'm going to be playing Superliminal. I'm apparently going through my backlog and playing a bunch of games that I should have played in 2020, but here we are. Superliminal is a game I was super stoked about, and then I never played it for whatever reason. I forgot about it, I think. So I'm really excited for the 3D puzzle element in that game. That's what we'll be playing next time, and I'll be doing the same Think Aloud with my eye tracker and my heart rate monitor. And so it'll be fun. We can have a discussion about how you can use biometrics to measure frustration rather than horror. So we were using the heart rate monitor to measure like spookum factors. Heart rate's great for that. Heart rate's less good for measuring frustration, but we can talk about that in more depth the next stream. Did you know 2020 was 4 years ago? Stop, Howard. Stop it. I was actually just thinking about that. I was thinking about how it feels like 2020 was yesterday because pandemic time moves very strange. But alas, here we are. I also just dropped a hairpin. So, yay. Thank you all so much for watching. Let's go find someone to raid. Who is streaming right now? Let's find out. Who is streaming? Oh, Boba's streaming. It's been a really long time since I watched a Boba stream. Man on Gage is also streaming right now, which is super fun. So Man on Gage is streaming Venba, which is a game that we just played on stream. Man on Gage is also the lead actress. She's a follower. Throwing that out there. Oh, do you see that name I just dropped? She's a follower of the stream. Friend of the stream? No, that's too strong a word. But she is the lead actress in Immortality, which is one of my favorite games that we've ever played on stream. It was the game I started playing when I came back to stream after maternity leave. So let's go ahead and raid Man on Gage. She plays Venba. If you missed my Christmas Eve stream, then you'll have the added benefit of seeing the game that we played on Christmas Eve, which is a very cute, very short story about immigrating from India to Canada in the 1980s. It's very wholesome and it will make you hungry. So warning, if you have not played the game before, you will get hungry. It is a cooking game, storytelling through cooking, and it's delicious. Delicious food. Okay, thank you all so much for watching. I will be back on Thursday. Have a good rest of your weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye. Bye.